What's going on, everybody? How y'all doing? Oh, it's been a minute since we did a Candace, and we are here for it. I know the candy asses have enjoyed this break. I've allowed them to have by not going live on her. Well, break over. What's going on? How y'all doing? Y'all come on in here and hit that like button. Let's get going. Oh my God, y'all gotta start this off with this video. Yo, we say shout out to Fax Me. Why am I not subscribed? Can't make this up. By the way, Fax Me is following me on Twitter, and you all should do the same. If you follow me on X, Twitter, I will follow you right back. Now, for some reason, there's a limitation to people I can follow within the day, but I will follow you right back. And so he is following me on Twitter X. That is such an honor. I want to give him a proper shout out. And thank you so much for the support. Y'all, Fax Me is the truth. He also is hilarious and comical. So we're going to kick this off with him because, you know, we got to open this up with some laughter. Candace, I heard Trump told Erica Kirk to sue your ass. Y'all, we got so many videos to check out. It's not even funny. Y'all know I'm playing that video. Trump telling Erica Kirk to sue the hell out of him. She got so mad. Oh, yeah, somebody needs to put grandpa away. Helper, you need to present proof of your 2 degrees. That's what you need to do. And confirm why you still don't know the difference between the letter N and the number 9. Or the freezing point of water. Candace, you got court April 28th at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Your little ass better be in that courtroom. Whether you're in person or virtual, you better appear for that court appearance. It is your dumbass motion to dismiss. So you got court April 28th, helper. I'm so excited about that, y'all. I'm going to be reporting on that. As soon as if I can log in and witness it, I will. I would have had to get permission in ahead of time to record it. But it is a civil matter. I do believe it will be open for the public to view, but not record without the permission of the chief judge. That's at least what I understand from the court rules, but we're definitely going to be talking about it. Candace, I told you I was going to keep my foot on your neck about that lawsuit. Oh, man, this is going to be epic. How y'all doing? Shout out to all of you all that came over. My live stream with Umar went over. Yeah, he was calling everybody, holograms and talking about how demons give him suggestions. And it's so crazy. Candace is a whole alien from outer space. So we got 2 people to blex it off of our planet. Candace, take Umar Johnson with you. They're like 2 peas in the pod. They're almost one and the same. It's so crazy. Oh my good God, both of them are scammers. Can't make this up. Shout out to everybody in here. Melinda, Rosetta. Oh, CJB, how you doing? It's no time no see. Noah's back with us. How you doing, honey? Juju back up in here. Saint, shout out to my mods. I appreciate you all. Thank you for being a member, Juju. Thank you for your support. Oh, everybody, speak to everybody, y'all. We got to kick this off. We got to kick it off with Fax Me. Oh, Francisca, back with us again. Shout out to my mods. Oh, he lit her up Thursday along with Megan and Tucker. Oh, did he? Oh, yeah, now. Let's shout y'all now. Y'all ready to kick this off April 28th? I got that marked on my calendar. Kayla, what's going on? Me too. Oh, man. Candace, go to court. Oh, she got the audacity to get mad. Erica Kirk does not have the right to sue for defamation. All the damn dumb lying that Candace has been doing. No, she got legal standing to sue you. You can't get mad because people are exercising their rights to sue your ass. They have the right to do it. The only thing you can do is take your ass to court. Yeah, I'm so excited. This is so fun. Please do a video on Mall too. Oh, yeah. We're going to do that on the second channel. Lady Luck Club with Sweet Tea. If I can get one of the mods to drop my second channel in the chat, I want you guys to make sure you are subscribed and have the notifications turned on for Lady Luck Club with Sweet Tea. We have a lot more fun over there. Plus, I'll talk about like true crime. Letitia Stout had her whole eviction overturned. God. So we're going to be following with that. This woman was convicted of unaliving her 11-year-old stepson back in 2020. And because of one juror, her entire conviction has been overturned by the Court of Appeals. You can't make this shit up. So the family has got to face the aspect of a new trial where they put their 11-year-old child to rest, who was found in a whole nother state inside of a suitcase. As a parent, it is so disgusting and disturbing. And yet, this entire conviction has been overturned. You can't make this up. This is why Candace does not need to be influencing a jury on a damn thing. Because look what can happen. You had one juror that was related to someone that worked in the prosecutor's office. And that led to an entire murder conviction being overturned. This is why we refuse to sit back and let Candace taint the jury in the Tyler Robinson trial. She has no evidence to give to authorities to prove anyone else put the trigger. We don't care how she feels because it doesn't fly in court. You need evidence, is what you can prove. So, to kick this off, y'all, I have not seen this video and I've been holding off on this. So I'm ready to check this out. Facts, stop me, take it away, facts me. Y'all hit the phone when you can see and hear. Let's go.
No, I don't know why I'm mental.
Thank you, John.
But I sure know what lies to sell. Hanging on the white men and their money, actually. And I've made up your mind. I ain't wasting no more time.
Don't make her look cool.
Again. Here I lie again.
Oh.
Though I keep making up the answers, I always seem to lie like a dirty whore. Oh Lord, I pray you give me likes to carry on, 'cause I live to deceive, to talk so long with Charlie in my dreams. And here I lie again on my show, running circles around the truth I've never shown. Like a grifter, I was born to talk alone. And I've made up your mind. I ain't ceasing from my crimes. I'm just another part that needs a sponsors, waiting on cultist sweet charity. And I'm gonna hold on, 'cause my husband is gay. 'Cause I know that I'm mean. I talk so wrong, big words on the screen.
We went there. He said, because my husband is gay. Oh, facts, we went all the way there. Good on you, buddy. She say whatever she wants, so will we. Candace. George is gay.
I talk so wrong, big words on the screen. And here I lie again on my show, running circles around the truth I've never shown.
Oh.
Like a grifter, I was fake and gay and wrong.
Gay and wrong.
And I made up your mind.
Ooh, child.
I wish Charlie was on mine, but here I
this is epic. Oh, this is so good. Yo, he actually making her look kind of cool. Something else. Because George is gay.
That I mean, I talk so wrong. Big words on the screen.
Big words.
Here I cry again on my show. I'm a whining fake black bitch that's always wrong. Like a grifter, I was born to talk alone.
Yo.
And I made up your mind.
Y'all are cold.
I ain't seen dick in a very long time.
I ain't seen it in a very long time. Neither has Yeasty. Grimace and Candace are both missing out. Oh, thanks me. He went all the way there. Oh. I gotta go back.
I ain't seen dick in a very long time. And here I lie again on my show. Stay tuned, it's coming soon. We just know. Like a grifter, 7 months with nothing to show. And I made up your mind.
Made up your mind.
I ain't seen dick in a long time.
Oh, that's brilliant. Thanks me. Thanks me. Oh, that was so good. Oh, I'm so glad I waited. Yo, I am so glad I waited. I was like, I'm not going to watch it. I'm just going to wait till I go live. Oh, it was so worth it. George is gay. Oh my God, y'all. He got a Love Adderall parody. Oh my good grief. I work the police. We can just go on his page and check out content for days. Watch out. Y'all, that's exactly what we needed. Oh, that is epic. Oh, epic. Just as epic
Trump
as
just
this. He told Kirk to sue my ass. Oh my God. Let me tell you something right now. All the dragging and the defamation that Candace has been doing against Erica Kirk. Yes, she should sue her. He didn't say anything any differently than any of us have been saying for months. Erica Kirk needs to sue Candace Owens. It's period. The end. I don't keep up with Tucker Carlson. He's a clown. Megyn Kelly is an embarrassment and disgrace to the bar. Candace is a lying piece of crap. So she should have already been sued. They're being nice. They sent her cease and desist letters. One time too many. No, the lawsuit should be it. That's it. Stop playing around with this. Sue her and be done with it. Oh my God, this is epic.
Turned on Tucker Carlson, Megyn Kelly, Candace Owens, and Alex Jones. He says they're all low IQ losers. He says Candace is ugly, Tucker couldn't finish college, Alex deserved to lose all his money, and Megyn Kelly only got famous because of him. It's probably one of the most unhinged things he's ever written. Subscribe for more.
Andrew Tate is now suing the social.
Oh, y'all. Shout out to Milk Bar TV. Andrew Tate is at it again. We're trying to sue this man. For personal information, suing for personal information of critics. Okay. Y'all, How dumb is this idiot gonna get? Andrew Tate is a moron. He is literally trying to sue Milk Bar again. Never mind all the charges and information that is available to the public about him. All to cover it up, Candace has tried to do for Andrew Tate. Girl, why don't you go be with Andrew Tate? Let him pimp you out. You can't make this up. Y'all, this was crazy. So he's trying to sue him again. Oh my God. Is DW Daily Wire? Oh man, we got to check that out.
Media platform X in an attempt to get personal information on social media users there. The context is that Andrew Tate has been suing me and several other content creators and social media accounts on that platform. He's alleging that we defamed him. The reality is that we've been covering his ongoing criminal cases and his history involving webcamming. And for this, we believe that he's seeking revenge with this petty, frivolous lawsuit. So his latest desperate attempt is to sue X to try and get personal information on the defendants. Now, this is very alarming, not just the idea of the Tate brothers having our personal information, but it's also terrifying the precedent that this sets for X and other social media platforms to be handing over personal information. We're talking about citizen journalists, whistleblowers, just anyone who's posting about things that they care about and feel that is important. That someone could then simply allege that they've defamed them and be able to get all their personal information that they've handed over to the platform. We're talking about potentially credit card information, home address, IP address, emails. I mean, anything that you've ever handed over to a social media platform could be handed over to someone that is alleging that you defamed them. So we're attempting to bring awareness to this. Elon Musk has been very vocal about saying that he'll do anything to support anonymity on X. So this is a real rubber meets the road here, where we'll actually see if that's lip service or he actually means it. I've attached the protective order to try and block this, so you can read about it there below. But also go to givesendgo.com/free speech versus Tate to read about the ongoing lawsuit that we've been battling for over a year now, and to please consider donating to help our defense. So that's givesendgo.com/free speech versus Tate. So thank you everyone who's supporting us and anyone who's helping to get the word out about this. We feel that it's very, very important. So please everyone share this far and wide. Thank you very much.
And on the day of Charlie Kirk's assassination.
Listen, we stand behind you, Milk Bar TV. Y'all make sure you guys go over to his Give Send Go and support him however you can. And share his posts and keep the pressure on Elon Musk. I find it hard to believe that a judge that has already dismissed his lawsuit against Milk Bar for defamation would even entertain signing an order for X to give up information on somebody because he's trying to decry defamation when he can't prove it. Prove the defamation. And you have to prove it with people who are members of the press. So now you have to prove that there's malice intent. And because he chose to be, Andrew Tate chose to be a public figure, he's going to have to meet that requirement of malice intent. This is the that his incompetent ass attorney is not telling him. You got this grown ass man, little boys, throwing around a tantrum all over social media, throwing out lawsuits left and right. Judges are going to get sick of it, and they're going to just start dismissing them for being frivolous and being filed in bad faith, especially if he can't state a claim and meet that burden of the malice intent. They're going to start dismissing it. Then they're going to tell them, stop filing lawsuits here. It's so crazy. So, yeah, Andrew Tate is going after X now because, he's throwing a tantrum like anybody gives two fucks. Can't make this stop. I hate to see it because it's a way to try to silence and oppress your critics and to infringe on freedom of speech and the reporting that can be proven true. Disseminating and reporting on the information that is available to the public is not defamation. He has not said anything that was a fact, that it was false. And Andrew Tate knows that. His attorneys know that. And he has to meet the malice intent. And he wouldn't be able to do that when he was not successful the first time. So they keep pushing the courts, and they're going to piss off the right judge on the wrong day. And that judge is going to tell them, stop sending these frivolous petitions to us. Go sit down somewhere and have several seats. Hopefully the attorneys for the Tate brothers get admonished and they get sanctioned for doing this bullshit, because they know it's a witch hunt. You're doing this for the purposes of trying to get personal information on people to dox them, which is a cybercrime. So the attorneys are going to help their clients commit a whole crime. That's what it's going to come down to. You're going to help your clients commit a crime. Doxing is illegal. But that's the only purpose to which they're doing this under. Let me get all this personal information, just leak it out there and hope somebody go and attack these people and incite violence. That's what this comes down to. So the attorneys are going to be aiding in criminal activity. So their asses need to go to prison right next to their client. Child, y'all support Milk Bar. Shout out to him. Milk Bar, you always welcome over here, honey. And I'll reach out to him on X, because I would love him to, be able to come and do another reaction with us, an interview, and everything. So here's another Milk Bar TV video. This is every time Candace Owens has moved the goalposts with her Egyptian planes. Candace, what the hell is going on with these Egyptian planes? You still haven't figured out what a transponder is yet? Or a black box? She still can't tell you all what a CVR is. She has no idea. She has no idea what that data does at all. She cannot read it, interpret it. She does not know the difference between the letter N and the number 9. And she does not know the freezing point of water. Then you're going to show us evidence of these 2 degrees? You're worried about things that you can't explain. She knows she can't look at air flight data and actually make sense of it. But she won't post up evidence of her 2 degrees. Can you believe this? Can't make this shit up. Somebody left a comment saying, why do you keep saying you can't make this up? Because I want to. The end. Shout out to Milk Bar again. Let's get to it.
Nation, an Egyptian Air Force plane took off from Provo, Utah airport. They said, oh, she made a time zone mistake, like as if I'm on flight radar every day, accustomed to reading the data here. These are not coincidences, okay? This is a conspiracy. This plane is following.
Oh my God. And she did nothing about it. She didn't alert the FAA or anything, because you would think they would have done something about this. Candace, our Air Force would have done something about this. We have a whole military. You don't think we knew these planes were in our airspace? You could have no power to do anything about these planes, that exists only in your alternate reality. We could care less about these Egyptian planes you think you're seeing when you can't explain flight data. You can't make this up. Because it's all in Utah time. Melinda asks, did Nathan say what Star Tate is suing him in anti-slap? Yeah, he's suing him over defamation. But because, he wouldn't be able to prove the malice intent, being that Andrew is a public figure of some sort, and Milk Bar TV is a member of the press and reporting information. He's an independent journalist, I do believe. He wouldn't be able to meet that burden. So he thinks that just filing this lawsuit is going to force X to give up all the information related to his profile. Now, if you have him served without that, then why do you need his personal information? You wouldn't need that unless you're trying to locate him to serve him. But otherwise, no, you don't. So hopefully a judge will see through the bullshit and say, nope, get this dumbass petition up out of here. I'm dismissing it. This is so stupid. This man has received lawsuit documents from you all in the past. Now, all of a sudden, you need his personal information from Twitter X to take him to court? What the hell is wrong with you all? Like, hopefully a judge sees through that bullshit. Because his attorneys are dumb as hell and they should be sanctioned. They should be sanctioned. It's crazy. Y'all hit that like button. Let's get back to it with Milk Bar. Candace with these Egyptian planes, and she doesn't know what his plane is.
Like as if I'm on flight radar every day, accustomed to reading the data here. These are not coincidences, okay? This is a conspiracy. This plane is following Turning Point USA Faith and Charlie Kirk or Charlie Kirk, by the way. And tomorrow we will have more explosive information and revelations about the Egyptian plane. And when I tell you on Wednesday what we discovered about those Egyptian military planes, I think some more people are going to be on the run. I saw some of you guys asking about the Egyptian planes. Yep, we have that for you. We're in for a week. Tomorrow, we're going to talk a bit more about the planes. The thing about the Egyptian plane is so explosive. Like I said to you, I had to try to get this to the right people in government, and those individuals asked me to wait until this week.
Why wait? Why wait? Yeah, the candy asses think she's so smart and brilliant, though. Why wait? Once again, if you have heavy evidence to prove that someone is involved in the, plot of an assassination, why haven't you given that to the authorities? And why isn't anyone in jail aside from Tyler Robinson? Why haven't these other people been arrested yet? But yet, when it comes down to her providing evidence, I've been told to wait. By who? Who told you to wait again? Because I can guarantee you it's no one from the FAA. The FAA has not told you anything. But she gets mad when people say that her leak was, Oh, Lord. You can't make this up. You can't. And yet she tries and fails. Where's the evidence? So we can, send it over to the authorities. Because Candace doesn't know how to send evidence to authorities. She's incompetent. So since she doesn't know how to do it, Candace, post up all the evidence. And the rest of us, real independent journalists and investigative journalists, will give it to the authorities. Since you claim they're not listening to you, why don't you just share it with everyone and then we'll take it to the authorities? Give it to us, girl. Post everything up so we can all alert the authorities on whatever you think has been done by someone else that's not Tyler Robinson. You're not the hero of this situation at all. So share the evidence you have so we can go ahead and alert the authorities. We'll do it. You're probably sick of her ass anyway. We'll do it. Give it to us. Show the evidence. I want her to put every piece of evidence she has out there. We dare you, Candace. We dare you. Post it up.
Weekend. The reason why they wanted me to wait is because this is the first time that we have the advantage. I don't know what to say other than it's positively explosive. That's all I can say to you. There's not a correct adjective to describe what is going to be the result of revealing that sort of information. That the person the planes were actually tracking for years was Erica. I am telling you this information has been completely verified. I am showing you this on a spreadsheet.
Who verified this shit again? Candace, you never told us who verified this. The voice in your ear does not count. No, she didn't run any of this through an FBI investigator or someone who can actually read flight data. No. I'm sorry, what part of this went to the FAA again? Yeah, no, she has no idea where to send this off to. All she sees is letters and numbers and signs and symbols. She sees nothing else beyond this. This is the same one who claims to have 2 degrees in journalism and English.
Now, and when it comes to these Egyptian flights, the math on this is indisputable. There is less than a 0.00000001% probability. A lot of you guys in the chat asking why these particular planes were following Erica. I have an indication as to why. Of course, I want to thoroughly vet that. On July 22nd, the Nebraskan Secretary of State, Bob Evans, announced that they were going to put together a trade and investment delegation to Cairo, Egypt. Because I feel like that idea might be related to our planes. Where was Brigitte Macron on the dates that Egyptian plane was from 9/4?
No, hold on. Where were you and George? What was George? Because, somehow he walking around with black eyes. George, how's that eye treating? Did you and your boyfriend figure it out? Candace, you can't hit that man. You can't kick him in the eye. That's you probably really injure him badly. That's where his brain is. The eye socket is right over the brain. Can't be kicking your boot into his eye. You might kill him. George, get out that house and wave the white flag if you need help.
Through to 9/11, where was Brigitte Macron? I would just like to know. I need
What
to
was
know
George
where Brigitte
Farmer?
Macron was, and I think an answer to that question is due. It would just comfort me to know. But I was right about the Egyptian planes. And when you hear Tucker Carlson say that he is confirmed,
She was not right. Brigitte Macron is not worried about you trying to ask about her whereabouts. She said, "I will see you in the court April 28th at 10 a.m." You want to know where Brigitte Macron is, Candace? Go to court on April 28th at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, not Utah time. We're working at Eastern Standard Time. Have your ass in court. Brigitte Macron will be there. Then you can ask her whatever you want. And then hopefully, it's being recorded and we can all watch her, walk the hell away from you like you don't exist. Yeah, go to court. Then you can find out where she is, girl. Go to court.
that part is true. What I take from that, Tucker Carlson has been very clear. He grew up with CIA agents, okay? This is a guy who grew up in Virginia. His father, he learns after his father died, he thought he was just working with the CIA. No, his father was on the payroll of the CIA. So Tucker's friends are in the state. So you should take it as a concrete fact that there's something up with these Egyptian planes, that she wasn't on the planes. I never said you were on the planes. Why would I think you were on the Egyptian planes? That is weird to me. It's a weird answer to give.
It's weird that you think Egyptian planes are going to be in our U.S. airspace and we would not know that. Question is, why do you care? They're not here for you. You're not the focal point. No one cares. Once again, her her documentation turned out to be some bullshit. Shout out to Afropunk Chick for the 199 super. What are your thoughts about Druski's skit on EK? I saw it and I was just like, he looked like the masked version of White Chicks. Y'all remember that movie with the Wayans brothers? I couldn't get over how bad the makeup was. I don't know why he looked like the masked version, Jim Carrey, the mask. Like the masked version of White Chicks. I'm like, man, he could have did the makeup could have been better. Otherwise, I'm like, this is my whole thing. All this that's going on because Candace started this whole barrage of bullshit. This woman lost her husband and the father of her kids. I think it just, why is he doing that? It's like he's trying to get more attention. He did a skit about pastors that was spot on. I was like, that's funny. I couldn't get past the bad makeup, and I just kept wondering, why is he doing this? What is his purpose? I don't know. I felt indifferent to that. Either way, I felt indifferent. So I don't know if Erica Kirk clapped back or not, because I haven't had the chance to check out the videos. I heard she responded, but I don't know what that response was. I just felt indifferent to it. I just see the one way or the other. I don't see how that video enhancer was funny to me or did anything in my life. I didn't get it. I was like, this man, his makeup in this wig is horrible. He's not even trying. It's like, dude, what are you doing? Like, just ask Candace to go be on her show if you're trying to get her attention, because otherwise, I didn't get the point. I'm sorry, I didn't get the point. That's just me. That's how I feel about it. Druski and Erica should team up and do a video together. Comedy is always accepted. Yeah, it is. That's what I'm saying. Like if he had a point to it, that's one thing. It's just like, dude, it's just bad makeup in a wig. Now, if they team up and she's like, you know what? I'm gonna take that. We're gonna run with it. We turn that into something real funny. Yeah, let's do that. And then, see how he feels about, doing a skit on Candace Owens. Like that would be my thing. If he can't do a skit on Candace Owens, then I would be like, okay, he's doing this to go target Erica Kirk, but he should be able to. Comedy knows, no boundaries, right? It's still a form of freedom of speech and expression. So he should be able to do a comedy skit about Candace Owens just as much as he did one on Erica Kirk. And I agree, no reply. They should team up and do something together and really make it funny and entertaining. I think that's one of the things we appreciate here. I can be laughed at. Sometimes I laugh at myself. I know how to clap back too. But if he can't do a skit about Candace Owens, that's a problem. Like, okay, you do one on Erica, you won't do one on Candace? Come on, man. Perhaps I haven't seen if he has. I don't know. I didn't feel anything. Yeah, that's kind of unfair. I was like, the makeup with him wig was horrible, but I didn't one way or the other. You know, I was like, bleh. Did she respond? Sharp told her Erica Kirk to sue Candace for real. I'm like, this woman lost her husband. Why can't, Druski do a skit on Candace? Do one on her. Talk about that black eye George got and her boot on her foot. It's lots of material he can do on Candace. But if he doesn't do Candace, then it's gonna be like, okay, so what were you trying to do, man? I don't know. I wouldn't feel too overly excited about trying to do a skit on somebody that lost their spouse. And all because, she's trending because Candace is attacking and defaming her and her company. Not because something happened on Erica Kirk's part. Like, no. Someone else is keeping her in the news cycle like this, and she's becoming a punching bag. And I didn't feel anything one way or the other. I'm just being honest. I was just kind of neutral to all that. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, Druski responded to the C&D from Erica. Oh, she sent him a cease and desist? Wow. He put emphasis on her behavior at his memorial. I didn't know he got hit with a cease and desist. That's new to me. Okay. I didn't even know that she hit him with a cease and desist. Wow. No, I'm like no reply. I think she should have, okay, you know what? You're gonna take that opportunity to try to clown me. Let's see how good you are at this. Let's clown Candace. And I'll even join in on this clowning of Candace. Let's go there. Otherwise, yeah, the woman lost her husband, man. It's so crazy. It's so crazy.
And by the way, you can fly when you're pregnant. Even if you were on the Egyptian plane, that's a possibility when you're pregnant, just like things that we can't get answers to, which is the Egyptian plane.
Candace, you're proving more and more that you're an alien and you did not give birth. You can fly when you're pregnant. They don't recommend that you fly in your third trimester. What are you talking about? Do you understand that could induce early labor? You're talking about the cabin pressure changes and all of that. I'm not saying pregnant women don't fly. They just don't recommend you do it in your third trimester. But I mean, why would you need to? If you don't have to fly, then why? It's like she all over the place about two dumb planes that, no one cares about them planes. Did the planes shoot Charlie Kirk? No. She can't even say who were on the planes. That's what's so crazy about this. She took this whole stupid idea and could not even say who the passengers were on the planes. And she still doesn't know what the black box does. Y'all. Candace, you're an idiot.
Said they're laughing at these things. Egyptian planes. It's elitist and scrappy. I have since worked on an incredible document about the Egyptian planes, which we are going to put up on our website, because I realized that when we shared that spreadsheet, people assumed that one of the columns, which was actually saying where the planes landed on that day, because it was plus or minus 3 days, was exactly where Erica had been on that day, and that was inaccurate. And so for clarity, I had been working on the last week on turning it into an interactive timeline that we can put up on our website. Put this up on the website when we drop all of the Egyptian plane logs. We broke the story about the Egyptian planes, tracking Turning Point Faith. That document we still have for you, which is coming forward. We will be proven correct on that. I'm going to show you that these Egyptian...
None of this stuff made it into the hands of the authorities that is handling the actual murder trial of Tyler Robinson. Yeah, it's funny how they're not stunned her ass at all. Candace, if you had compelling evidence, why not just send that to the authorities again? Because your cult members seem to think that you've tried. So if you failed Give it to someone else and let us do it. You know, if it exists. Because we all know it doesn't. No one has been arrested or jailed on the account of this bullshit Candace has put out. No one. No one. Erica Kirk has not been arrested or locked up or jailed because of the garbage that Candace is spewing. At all. Not even a little bit.
Planes I've showed you in part, we're tracking Turning Point USA fake. I'm going to say that again for when we go through the Egyptian plane. I know you don't even know this plane. This is when we get to the Egyptian planes here. Daily Wire, unhinged. I don't even know what to say. They have dropped another video that kind of, if I'm being honest, feels like a laced threat. They are mocking Egyptian planes. Like I'm convinced these were Israeli planes. This is why they're panicking about it. I'd like to know more about Tracy Martin. She's from Missouri, which has been, one of those regular stops on the Egyptian planes. And it was so crazy. Oh my God. Little joke about the Egyptian planes. What? Nothing to see here. This is my theory. There's a lot to see here. Who was on the Egyptian planes? LOL. Ha 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 ha. Right, Erica? Nobody from Egypt. And then Erica's out there nervously at AmFest, cracking like not funny jokes about Egyptian planes. She's like, no, nobody from Egyptian planes are here. The Egyptian planes kept telling me the story that every time there was like a kerfluffle in Israel, little war, people are bombing Israel. Suddenly these Egyptian planes were carrying someone from Israel to Provo.
She's just saying random
and my sense was,
shit.
This is Bibi. Got to get the number one guy out of there. You'd be pretty safe in Provo. They've got a whole underground city in Provo. Again, we will show you all of that. I've been very meticulous.
Did she ever show that? Because we haven't seen it. Candace, why are you showing us and not the authorities again? So Sloppy Joe Kent did not get a copy of this bullshit you put out. You mean to tell me you didn't send a copy of all your hardcore evidence over to Sloppy Joe Kent when he worked for the feds? FBI, CIA, intermediary, whatever. So none of this made it to Sloppy Joe Kent. You mean to tell me the feds are not over on all of this stuff? They're not trying to help you break it down? Oh, no. Did you give it to the prosecutor in the state of Utah that's actually handling the murder trial? Can you show proof that you've shown this to the authorities? Let's start with that. To the candy asses, can you please tell your cult leader to show evidence that she's given this to the authorities once again? Because, you would think they would take this rather serious. Where's the evidence that Candace has given all this evidence to any authority at all? FBI, CIA, FAA, the state prosecutors in Utah. Where is that evidence at? Has anyone seen that proof that she's shown this to any authorities whatsoever? Because, her cult members are going to swear she tried and they didn't listen. Where's your proof that she did? You think she would go live and walk into the FBI headquarters and just sit down and say, I'm going to record myself going through all this evidence and I'm going to share it with you all. And hopefully you all can use this to aid in your investigation. Where's that evidence to prove that she gave it to them? Because she lied about filing a complaint when she lied about someone trying to unalive her from France. She admitted she never sent a formal email. She just texted someone high up. I'm assuming the Sloppy Joe Kent, whatever. Why wouldn't she file a formal complaint on the FBI's website is beyond me. Because if she was taking that so-called threat seriously, then she would have evidence to show that she filed an FBI complaint. She never even sent a formal email. So what proof do you candy asses have to show that she gave evidence to any authority about any conspiracy of someone unaliving Charlie Kirk outside of Tyler Robinson? Where's that evidence? Because all you people are doing is just giving us lip service and doing the runarounds and asking us dumbass questions in the comment section. But you're not showing us proof that your cult leader actually gave evidence to any authority about this assassination. We're waiting. Your move. We'll wait for you all to provide that evidence.
About this Egyptian plane spreadsheet. And Now this is locking in.
So I've never
Jesus
seen Donald
Christ.
Trump this unapologetic and funny in my life, which is saying a lot.
Y'all shout out to Joshua Carr. I told you all we gonna run it in today. We got a marathon going. Y'all hit that like button as you come in. Oh, this is so fun. Joshua Carr goes over Trump telling Erica Kirk to sue the hell out of Candace, and we're here for it. Hi, Joshua. How are you doing? You guys make sure you check out the fantastic interview that was held with Joshua Carr about 3 weeks ago, and my internet acted up, and I kept being kicked out of StreamYard. Oh, I was so mad, but he held it down. So shout out to Josh Carr for holding it down here. Let's get to this. Y'all hit the phone when you can see and hear. I'm ready for it.
Because that is like one of his core things. This all comes from the same press conference where I want to show you my 4 favorite clips, and I call the first one the specimen.
The White House, including Vice President J.D. Vance. I think J.D. is J.D. here. Where's J.D.? Oh, J.D. He's lost weight. He got a little thinner, and I'm looking for a heavy set gentleman, and now I find a perfect looking specimen.
Exactly, Billy.
He's doing a great job. And
You can tell that this is a second-term president. He has 0 craps left to give. He doesn't have to win another election again in his life. He's never going to run for something again. He's gone as high as he can go. He served for 2 terms. It is what it is. So he can just do whatever he wants now, which is so great, probably so liberating for him. For as much as Donald Trump doesn't care what other people think, there are certain political things that he has to do in order to get re-election. He did it in 2016. Obviously, throughout 2020 to 2024, he had to act at least a certain sort of way, and he doesn't have to do that at all anymore. I mean, he probably had like 5% of that in him before, where he was trying to hold back. He's got 0% in him now. That's why, for example, he is actually attacking Iran. It's something very brave. I think he knows most Americans are going to be trepidatious about it, but he looks at it and says, I don't care. I'm going to do what I think's right. I will say, for some of the hesitations I have towards J.D. Vance, he has gotten in shape. It's undeniable. I do wonder if it's a direct result of Clavicular saying that he would vote for Gavin Newsom over J.D. Vance because Gavin Newsom is more handsome. If you don't remember, that happened a few months ago. Everyone was looking at Clavicular like he was crazy. He's always been crazy. I mean, he smashes his face with a hammer after all. All the Groypers came out and said that J.D. Vance was a fatso. Again, I've got my policy differences with J.D. Vance, but he is definitely not a fatso. All right, on to clip 2 now. As I'm sure you know, millions of people this past weekend marched in the No Kings protest, and Trump responded to them.
they call me king now. Do you believe it? No king. I'm such a king, I can't get a ballroom approved. It's pretty amazing, right? I'm a king. If I was a king, we'd be doing a lot more. I'm doing a lot, but I could be doing a lot more if I was a king.
So this is actually a really great point. Democrats have always wanted it both ways with Donald Trump. On one hand, they say that Trump is a dictator, that he's a king. And then on the other hand, they say that he can't pass his agenda and that he has lied to his supporters. It's like, which is it, guys? You cannot have both. If he was a king, his agenda would have been complete on day one, because when you're the king, you can have unilateral authority to do whatever you want. But he's not a king. And so he couldn't do that on day one. The only thing keeping him now from his agenda is Congress, because as it turns out, in an absolute monarchy, there is no Congress. Therefore, he cannot be a king. In clip 3, guys, Trump was asked about his big speech, what it would be on. This happened last night. He talked about Iran. Here is what he said.
Tonight I'm making a little speech at 9 o'clock. And basically I'm going to tell everybody how great I am. What a great job I've done. What a phenomenal job. What a phenomenal job I've done.
I love it. I love it. He literally does an impersonation of himself. And you can say, guys, that you disagree with his policy. I understand that there's people out there who aren't going to like certain things. I don't agree with Trump on everything, but I don't know how you can say that he's not authentic and likable. He clearly is. He's making fun of himself in that press conference. Now, the best part of this entire thing by far was with Erica Kirk. Trump started kind of scanning.
Yeah, y'all didn't know I was queen of YouTube. Oh, man. All real Americans know we're not going to allow anyone to create a monarchy. We don't play that. Hell no. Our Constitution will not permit that, and we're not in the mood. But I'm still going to be queen of YouTube. I'm apolitical, y'all. I'm I'm apolitical. But I'm telling you right now, I'm still queen of YouTube. Oh, dear Lord. Oh, that's funny. This is the part that I've been waiting for. He told Erica Kirk to sue her ass.
Through the room, looking around who was here, and he locked eyes with Erica Kirk and gave her some very blunt advice.
A thing called Happy Easter. Do we have that? Everyone happy? Anybody that doesn't want, hello, darling. Wow, this is a good table. I like that table. You're doing well, right? Okay. I think you should sue him, but you know, I told her, you ought to sue somebody. They're so jealous of Erica. I said, you ought to sue their, I can say it, you're not allowed to say this, you have to be nicer. Sue their ass off.
Oh, Erica Kirk. Let me tell you something. If you've never taken any advice from anybody at all, at any given time in your entire life, let that be the one thing you do. Sue Candace's ass off. Stop sending her cease and desist letters. She has sat here and defiled your husband's legacy, memory, and everything. And my whole concern is for these two kids. Someday they got to grow up and they're going to see these videos. You can't shield them from all of the internet forever. How do you explain this to those kids? Why does this woman keep talking about my daddy like this? What's wrong with her? At some point, they're going to ask, Mommy, was this daddy's girlfriend or something? Because you can't make this up. Candace has dragged Erica and Charlie Kirk through the mud. TPUSA, all of this stuff she dragging through the mud. And for what? And these kids got to grow up to watch this stuff. I can only hope her own kids watch this and then, get in their mama and say, you were wrong. Why are you sitting here focusing on another man like this? This is not our daddy. What's wrong with you? 7 months in his mom? Seriously? Because I don't think she would even care if George told her to stop at this point. If he said, stop, and make me a sandwich, she would kick him in the eye. She would kick him in the eye. Maybe her kids would be the ones to kind of help, reel her in. Can you stop obsessing over this guy and talk to us for once? The kids are the ones losing here. She's got 4 damn kids. Why does Candace keep taking time out of her life away from her kids to obsess over Charlie Kirk? How much did you pay Tyler Robinson, Candace? Because we are wondering. What did you promise him? Did you actually tell him he would not see a day in jail? Because your cult members seem to think that of Erica Kirk. She'll never see a day in prison. What's the charges again? What crime did she commit that can be proven in court? Because no one cares how you feel. Facts don't care about your feelings. And that is not how court works. Candace, you will find out April 28th. Yeah, no, you can't go in there just blubbering her way to the judge. The judge will not be in the mood for your bullshit. Go in there if you want to and buck up that judge. He's going to hold you in direct criminal contempt of court. I hope he does. I just want Candace to perjure herself one good time and be done with it. You can't make this up.
Let's go. Yes. We love Trump.
You sue their asses off. I love them saying that. I just wanted to check out that part, y'all. Oh my God.
Something very interesting happened yesterday.
So this is Graham Allen. Shout out to Josh Carr, you all. If you guys want to check out the full video, let me drop the link in the chat. I just loved his reaction to that with that slow clap. Shout out to Joshua Carr. That was absolutely funny and epic. And Erica Kirk needs to sue the crap out of Candace Owens for every dime she thinks she's worth. Every coin. Oh, man. Y'all make sure you check out Josh Carr and go show him some love and support. Tell him that LLC sent you. And shout out to Joshua Carr for the shout out here in the LLC. He posted up our interview video and sent some love our way. So we appreciate that. Oh, let's get some comments in right quick. Whew, I'm happy she has people that really care about Erica. She's well protected. Yes, absolutely. Christy, how you doing, girl? What's going on, Colleen? How you doing, honey? I think George walked out on Amanda Browns with the kids. Also, George, I told you to wave the white flag last year now. You didn't listen. You're being hard-headed. I said, if you need help, wave the white flag. Wave that white flag, bro. You know, for the sake of the kids, we would have helped you out. You know, I don't believe in spouses abusing other spouses. I'm not, no. You got them 4 kids up in there. They all small and young. They don't need to witness all that bad energy up in there. Candace, you need to get a grip. You got 4 kids. If he leaves you, judge is going to grant him custody. Your ass is going to be sitting around here still obsessing over Charlie Kirk. And then what? You focused on him way too long and not your own children that you claim you gave birth to. I'm still trying to get the final verdict from Grimace. Yeasty might disagree, but whatever. She refuses to take care of this 12-year-old yeast infection, but you want to sit here and obsess over someone that's deceased. While you tear his wife down and not care about his kids. Girl, if you don't kick rocks. Ugh. No evidence that she gave any of this so-called crap to authorities, though. Where's Sloppy Joe Kid now? Y'all, you can't make this up. I tagged LC in a video on X from another content creator who's hilarious. And we're going to check that out afterwards. I sure will. Camera race Owens. Let's see here. I can't even say your name. Soul? Is it Soul 3 yet? I don't want to mess that up. We are all there. We are all there. Sorry. Because he jumped on her other channel. Okay, cool. All right, y'all. Let's get to this. This is Graham Allen talking about Candace Owens amidst crimes were committed in her investigations. Because, doxing is illegal. I said that. Hit the 4 if y'all remember me saying that doxing is illegal. It's a cybercrime. She doxed people. That's a crime in and of itself. I understand her dumbass cult members don't want to accept that, but doxing is a cybercrime. And she has doxed people. She put up photos and images of people, put out personal information on individuals, called them out, and then sent the mob to attack them and to harass them online. And because they still refuse to read a book, Sam I do not like green eggs and ham. They went after these people and put personal information out here that did not belong on social media. You had people, and this is from our interview with Josh Carr. You had people that had to relocate and go and stay in other people's homes, in neighborhoods, where the neighbors had to look out for them as well because people were still trying to figure out where they were. All because Candace doxed them. I told Josh Carr, if you ever need to, listen, Josh, if you ever need to, you and your wife need to come, the baby, y'all can come to my house. No one will bother you over here. Not in my neck of the woods. You ain't got to worry about that at all. All my neighbors have cameras, motion sensor cameras, carry, and everything else. Plus, we got the police. I will call SWAT in a minute. We won't play that over here. And you can hide out, and no one will bother you, Josh. It's crazy to think that people had to uproot their lives for months because Candace doxed them. Of course, she committed crimes. And it's one that cost people greatly. And they should sue her ass for it. The emotional and mental distress that you're caused when you're doxed and you have to leave your home. Yeah, no, sue Candace Owens for that. Get that money out of her ass. Oh, you made millions. Great. You'll be paying me about 10 of them. Take it to court. No one should have to worry about looking over their left shoulder if some candy ass cult member is out here deranged trying to hurt them or physically harm them, trying to find out what these people are, and they can't give evidence as to how this person is relevant to any investigation. You're setting people up to be hurt and harmed, and for what? All because she still can't prove that she went to the authorities with her dumbass evidence. The candy ass cult members can't prove it either. The only thing they're saying is, well, she tried and they didn't listen. Where's the proof she tried? Start with that. Show us the concrete evidence she actually tried. Because otherwise, people have had to uproot their lives and to go live with other people just to stay out of the way of those that were hunting them down because of Candace Owens. You know, the dumb alien White Walker. Candace, I know you're listening, you dumbass. I could care less how you feel. But when you're walking around here doxing people and putting people's lives out there, you deserve to lose every lawsuit that comes your way. And to be bankrupted, as you put it. Because no one asked for that bullshit. All because you failed to read. She still hasn't figured out the freezing point of water. You know, let that sink in for a minute. Can't make this up. Shout out to Graham. Let's get to it.
Donald Trump, during a meeting with a lot of pastors across the nation that Erica Kirk attended, said something that all of us have been rejoicing to hear. The President of the United States had a special message for Erica Kirk himself. This is what he had to say to Erica Kirk about all the people that have been lying about her, that have been attacking her, that have been defaming her. Here's what he had to say.
A thing called Happy Easter. Do we have that? Everyone happy? Anybody that doesn't want, hello, dog. Hello, dog. It's a good table. I like that table. You're doing well, right? Okay. I think you should sue him, but you know, I told her, you're going to sue somebody. They're so jealous of Erica. I said, you're going to sue their, I can say you're not allowed to say this. You have to be nicer. Sue their ass off.
God, I love our president.
Sue Erica, sue. Sue Erica, sue. Sue Erica, sue. The president sees that you should sue their ever living butt off. Okay. But then
are we not saying ass? Oh, come on, Graham. Say ass. It's okay. I'll say it for you. Sue their ass off. Your ass is in the Bible. It refers to a donkey, an animal, you know. So sue Candace the animal off. You can't make this up.
Candace Owens about this. Candace Owens had this to say about Trump saying that Erica should sue. This is what Candace had to say. Let's play it.
By the way, I would like to keep reminding you that most of us welcome a lawsuit because then they would be required to give us the information that we're asking for.
That's not
Pause.
accurate.
Right.
That's not.
Nope, that's not how discovery works, Candace. Yeah. She has 3 attorneys and none of them are advising her on how discovery works. They will not be required to give you evidence that you're asking for. Because the evidence you want belongs to a prosecutor in a murder trial. Hell no, you're not getting it. We have federal laws in place for that. You know, laws she refuses to read. Candace, all you have to do is call your attorneys and say, can you explain to me how laws protect evidence regarding a murder trial or an open federal investigation? Can you explain how that works? Because you'll find out the discovery phase in this Macron lawsuit is not what you think it is. Oh, you're going to find out, girl. April 28th, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Candace Owens has court. Candace Amber Owens, Rose Farmer. No, Candace Amber Rose Owens Farmer. Have your little ass in that courtroom April 28th at 10 a.m. So you can understand how the discovery process works, since your 3 attorneys are too lazy to explain that to you themselves. You would think they would just tell her, here's how discovery works. You got to stop saying that BS on TV. It's embarrassing. It's as if we didn't go to law school. That's not how discovery works, you idiot.
Not accurate.
Okay.
That's not accurate.
This is the IQ test that Candace Owens fails all the time. And so this is education thing. How many pulse check in the comment section right now? How many people believe that if someone is sued, discovery is real? But how many people believe that discovery allows you to get every single piece of information you want from the person that sued you? How many people believe that? Comment yes or no in the comment section right now. And it's okay if you get this wrong. I don't blame you if you get it wrong, because so many people have lied to you for so many years. And no more so than Candace Owens. And what concerns me more for Candace, who's going to lose this lawsuit to France, by the way. But
she's done.
She truly either is just lying or she seems to believe that discovery means that Candace Owens can do whatever she wants. So we just got some simple facts here.
Simple, really.
All right, discovery is unlimited. No, it's not actually. Discovery is not unlimited. So, for example, if Erica Kirk were to eventually sue Candace Owens for defamation and or breaking of a non-disparagement agreement or a non-disclosure agreement, okay, what you are able to get in discovery, it must be relevant to the claim or defenses in the case or reasonably likely to lead to relevant evidence. So if they sue you for defamation and they sue you for breaking an NDA, how does demanding that you get every correspondence, video, surveillance, everything of the murder of Charlie Kirk bring evidence to the contrary of that?
It doesn't. It does not. And to the candy asses, one of my godmothers is a retired federal magistrate judge, federal judge. All she did was cases with the 3-letter alphabet boys. Candace, you're an idiot. You're not getting it. The judge is not going to break the law and give you evidence related to a criminal matter that would be unrelated to a defamation lawsuit. First of all, you're talking about evidence related to a criminal proceeding. Secondly, a defamation lawsuit is a civil procedure. Third, I hope you're ready to give up your financial affidavit because they can ask for that. They can get the assets, all your financials, figure out how much money you have and where it is. So when they ask for an amount or when the jury gets over a deliberated amount for a judgment, they know that you can definitely pay that judgment. Good luck to that. You cannot ask for evidence outside the scope of the case itself or outside the claims that are being stated. You cannot. This is why she has 3 attorneys. She should be asking these questions of her attorneys. But she knows that because she's about to find out April 28th exactly how discovery works. You can't go and demand evidence related to a criminal matter. No, you cannot. They have the right to preserve evidence in a criminal proceeding by federal law. So you're still asked out, girl. Reading is fundamental. It's high time that the candy asses start doing that. I'm not even trying to convince them to not believe what their cult leader is telling them. But they should at least want to read things for themselves. Maybe ask another attorney. Because Candace is 3 attorneys not telling her a damn thing. They're not counseling her on what the law says regarding evidence related to a civil proceeding versus a criminal proceeding. Big difference. And when you have laws and court rules in place that could be altered or skewed a little bit based on what state you're in, because certain state laws also apply when it comes to preservation of evidence or spoilage of evidence. You can't just sit here and say, I'm going to be able to get all this stuff I want. No, you will not. You will be utterly disappointed. And we are still going to laugh at you, Candace. Oh, I'm going to have so much fun covering the Macron trial. Candace, we're going to laugh at you for many, many, many hours to come. You understand? You can't make this up. She's not getting that evidence. Oh, and let's see. I see the candy asses still here in the chat. Who in the chat? Oh, who's in the chat? Oh no, the bless their heart. Shannon eats. Oh, you all are really dumb. Oh no. Yes, says the one that this is all you can do. This is the best you can do. They copy and paste, and then they expect us to take them serious. You can't make this up. Why don't you throw us some 4 and 5 syllable words our way? Let's see how complicated it can get. And you got to spell check. If you, to all the candy asses, y'all gonna leave these comments. I told you into my chat at your own peril. But you better use spell check. They can't even spell their own cult leader's name right. You can't make this up. Candace, Cadence, Karen. Candace. I've seen Candace. They don't even spell her name correctly. Oh, Candace. Candace, Karen.
Bueller? The answer is it doesn't. It must be proportional to the needs of the case, considering the amount at stake, the importance of the issue, the burden, expense, and particular resources. Again, they're not going to sue Candace Owens for spreading all these conspiracy theories about Charlie. No. They're going to specifically sue her for defamation in the sense of openly calling for people to take back their money from the organization, openly telling people not to donate to the organization. They've got her dead to rights right there.
Yeah.
But also, here's the thing. If Candace has an NDA with Turning Point USA, she's dead to rights.
That's a fact.
She is dead to rights. What else can you do with discovery? Certain information is off limits, including privileged information. Attorney-client communications?
Yep.
Doctor-patient records in some context. I wonder how much of the Charlie Kirk information is under the attorney-client communications category. All of it?
Let's not forget about HIPAA privacy laws, whole federal laws that protects medical information. Whether the person is alive or deceased, HIPAA privacy laws still apply. Candace, you remember when you posted up that EMR, some hospital staff sent over to you without getting permission to disseminate that information? When the hospital staff sent it to you illegally? Because they, being an entity, covered entity, as a hospital, should not have ever sent that to you. And they sent email correspondence between some nurses. And they took a gamble and sent it to Candace. And for what? For her to post up information from an EMR that we did not need to know, nor did it make a difference in anything she was saying. Oh, we just need to confirm he went to this hospital. And for what? And what are you all going to do again to the candy asses? What the hell are you going to do knowing that he went to this hospital? Nothing. Nothing came of that. No one went to jail. Nothing came of that. It's all a hype. It's just to get you stirred up about dumb shit. Because Candace still can't spell. So that proved nothing at all. So she disseminated medical information that was illegally sent to her. And nothing came out of that. It didn't move the needle on anything at all. What should have happened is the hospital employee should have been fired and charged. Because he had the right to still have his medical information kept confidential. HIPAA privacy laws are federal laws that do not change simply because you want to know something that you don't need to know. Knowing what a hospital Charlie Kirk went to does not help anybody pay their mortgage. So why do we need to see that? We didn't. That's more information that Erica Kirk could put in a lawsuit. That didn't serve the public at all. It was not of public interest for us to know that. And it was just downright deplorable and disgusting. She didn't need to post that stuff up. And the hospital employee didn't need to send it to her. They did not have consent from his spouse, who would have been the one to say whether she wants something released on her deceased husband's medical information or not. Only his spouse has the power and the authority to give that permission. Candace, you are not his spouse. You're George Farmer's spouse. At some point, she'll make him a sandwich and figure it out.
So what exactly do you think you're going to get, Candace? Nothing.
Not
because
a damn
they're not going to
thing.
sue you for
She
anything
doesn't know
other
how
than
court
defamation, libel, and breaking of an NDA. Oh, and by the way, again, you have privileged material, which is attorney-client communications. Candace Owens is screwed if she gets sued. So that brings a lot of people as to, well, okay, well, why doesn't Erica sue her right now? Okay, you want me to tell you? All right, I'll tell you. Because they're trying to get the person who murdered him convicted first.
There you go.
Erica's sole focus right now is not suing Candace Owens for every dollar that she has, because that is not what is most important to her right now. You see, despite what many people want you to believe, Erica is a principled woman. She's a God-fearing woman. And she wants justice for her husband right now. Well, if she wanted justice, she would give all the info to Candace Owens. And why?
No one owes Candace anything. She's not queen of the universe. She's not a dictator. We don't condone a monarchy and a dictatorship over here. Candace, you can Brexit your ass off of this planet before you think we're going to sit here and let you believe you're a dictator over the United States of America. No, you're not. You're delusional and you're trapped in your own mind with two other demons that believe somehow that you've attained 2 degrees. And for the chat, let me explain something to you all. When I say I'm apolitical, I don't sit here and lean one way or the other. I don't talk about and go in on Trump no more than I did on Biden or Hillary Clinton or Obama or anyone else. None of these presidents pay my bills. So we're going to stick to the focus at hand here. Candace. Lying like hell, doxing people, violating laws, setting her stuff up for lawsuits. That's what we own over here. Trump does not live in my household with me. He does not have to help me take care of my kids. So we leave that political stuff out there, out the door. Thank you so much. We already got the candy asses misspelling words. Oh, good Lord.
Why would she do that? In fact, Blake Neff had this to say. Blake Neff, in a recent ASU Ask Me Anything type event, was asked about Erica becoming the CEO. All right. And he says that, yeah, you don't have to play the video. He says, yeah, you know, everybody's heard the audio of Charlie saying there's something ever were to happen to me. Erica should be the boss. She'd do a good job. Candace is now claiming that she believes that Turning Point, that's AI. That the reason they're not showing the video of Charlie saying that and they just extracted the audio is because it's AI, it's made up. Don't believe me? Here we go. Love this. Can you please release the video you shot in Aspen of him naming her as his successor a couple of weeks before he died? Just feel that it would go a long way. Okay, one.
No, it wouldn't. Candace, you're still not going to be the CEO of TPUSA. And that's all that matters. We can all rejoice, you all. Hit the 4. Hit the 4. We can all rejoice in knowing that Candace Amber Rose Owens Farmer will still not be the CEO of TPUSA. Girl, you are absolutely nothing and nobody to them. You can post up whatever until God returns. You're still not going to be CEO. I told you all she wanted to take over. Y'all didn't see my thumbnail on that? I did a whole video about that. Candace wants to take over. They said, no, thanks. Kick rocks and keep it moving. Are you treating George as black eye? I have a feeling you should be, paying attention to him more than this. To the candy asses. How did George get a black eye? Are y'all going to tell us how he got a black eye or not? Because y'all know everything about Candace. You study your cult leader. You worship the ground she walks on. Can you all please tell us how George got a black eye? What a candy ass is that? Y'all come on in here and tell me how George got that black eye. Why does he have a black eye? Did y'all see that? He had a black eye and he got photographed in the airport. How did he get the black eye? Are you going to ask your cult leader if she's abusing her spouse or what? Because, y'all don't like for us to ask questions.
Even if Charlie hadn't said that, the board of Turning Point USA, that Charlie answered to, by the way, voted her as president and CEO. So it really doesn't matter.
Lord.
But two, Blake Neff has this to say, and I think that this is very important. Candace, we haven't bothered playing it because we know psychopathic predators like yourself do not care what is true or false, and normal evidentiary logic has no effect on you. You're kind of person who sees coded messages in the numbers.
Care about your cult leader's
then ignores evidence like DNA on a rifle or Tyler Robinson's own family members turning him in. Playing the audio at AmFest already wasn't enough. You'll obviously just say it's AI or a hologram or an Israeli actor or something. So what's the point? We gave up the possibility of any good faith conversation with you months ago. It's like you're trying to reason with a maniac brandishing a knife and screaming at people on the subway. You're the same thing. And he's not wrong. Candace Owens, no matter what, if they were to play a video of
Candace, he said you're brandishing a weapon like a maniac on the subway of New York. Oh, man, he done got bold. Oh, man. Oh, the candy asses got to be so mad. Good thing I've always vocalized, the fact that Candace can kiss my ass from day one. Yeah, no, she's not my cult leader. I owe her nothing. I don't understand why the candy ass cult won't just go buy some land in another country, go full-blown Jim Jones, because Candace is the black female version of Jim Jones, while Umar Johnson is the black male version of Jim Jones. Build your own compound in another country and get the hell out. And then y'all can go worship the ground she walks on, make her the dictator of your cult from now until kingdom come, and leave the rest of us out of your bull. When is that going to happen? Do we need to help them pick out some land somewhere? Go to Colombia. I hear you can get land cheap there. Candace, crack is wick. You can upgrade in Colombia.
Charlie saying it, she would just say, something seems off about this video. That's not how Charlie normally holds a microphone. That's not how Charlie normally sits. This is AI. This is an AI generated video. This is not real. There's nothing that you can say to get her to stop. But one more thing I want to bring to the attention of this with Candace Owens.
Let it rip.
Did Candace Owens just admit
HIPAA
that she was involved in HIPAA violations? Let's
Yes!
play her latest Instagram post for her latest video, and let's hear exactly what
I
she said
said
about her
this
new
months
conspiracy
ago.
about the hospitals. And I'm pretty sure she says in here that people from one of the hospitals contacted her to let her know that Charlie had a treatment record here.
Yes.
Let's play it.
All of these turning point people, Frank Turek is drenched in blood. To this day, I have never had even one eyewitness at Timpanogos who witnessed that whole scene reach out to us. Whereas we had a ton of people that were reaching out about the other hospital, insisting Charlie was at the other hospital, Utah Valley, and then we confirmed that he had a file there. What is going on? It's almost like Timpanogos.
That's a HIPAA violation right there.
That is a HIPAA violation. How many times do I said this, what, months ago? Y'all, I said this about 3 months ago. I even put the thumbnail of the actual EMR snapshot from her video that she posted up. I made that a thumbnail. Candace Owens violated HIPAA privacy laws. You know, those are federal laws. Federal laws. Oh, Erica, you can file a federal lawsuit against her. And she should be charged. And the hospital employees should be fired and charged. Because, see, even with members of the press, laws are very clear on how we disseminate medical information. Let's start with permission. She would need that. Candace doesn't know how to keep her foot out of her mouth. The one that she has the boot on. Oh, Candace. Thank you for telling on yourself, you moron. She has cyber doxed. She has violated HIPAA privacy laws, cyber harassed, targeted people, incited violence. Ah, she's done it all. Yo, I said this months ago. This girl violated HIPAA privacy laws. I'm so glad Graham Allen is speaking on this. Now y'all got to check out my playlist. You know, Candace Owens playlist. The actual screenshot of the EMR is the thumbnail. So you can't miss it. And check that video out because I went over the actual privacy laws for that state. The state of Utah have its own laws on how they handle medical information. And then you have the federal law. HIPAA privacy laws and federal laws as well. Each state have their own set of laws with regards to how medical information is disseminated with members of the press. Candace want to sit here and be, you know, on YouTube and post up information out here. That does not make her above the law. I went over all of that. Y'all, it is something else. How she tells on herself. Candace, Erica Kirk can file a federal lawsuit against you for that. You dummy. I hope you know that. Girl, you got court April 28th. You're going to find out a lot. Ooh, she going to be in for a rude awakening.
Right there.
Candace just said that they confirmed that Charlie had a record there.
Keep telling on yourself, girl.
And I'm just asking a question. How could Candace confirm that Charlie Kirk had a record at the hospital? Comment in the comment section right now. That would mean someone at the hospital would have had to look it up and then confirm it. Now, Candace Owens is not related to Charlie Kirk. Candace Owens is not married to Charlie Kirk. Candace Owens doesn't have a baby by Charlie Kirk. Candace Owens has no next of kin relation. Oh, Graham, blah, 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 blah. That's not this, or that. Okay.
Oh, yes, it is.
All right.
Oh, yeah, it's
What
all
is
of that.
HIPAA? HIPAA includes not just detailed medical notes, which is what most people believe. HIPAA includes even the basic fact that a specific individual person was a patient, was treated, or had a record at a facility.
Yep.
So my question is this. Who at these hospitals is talking to Candace Owens to release and violate HIPAA that Charlie Kirk was even there or had a treatment record in the first place? Unless she's lying, of course.
But see, here's the thing. The information she posted, that personal identifiable information, it leaves the viewer understanding clearly that Charlie Kirk was indeed the patient, because that EMR entry showed his name, date of birth, the unit he was treated in, which was like the EMR, the ER, and the date and timestamp. So you don't walk away confused as to what patient she was referring to. It's very clearly stated in the actual document, in the actual EMR snippet she posted up. So the average reasonable viewer would look at that evidence and say, this is clearly about Charlie Kirk. Because his name and date of birth is in the entry line. That is how dumb Candace was. She didn't even redact. She didn't even redact the date of birth. Oh, Candace, you're so precious. She put her foot in her mouth every single time, and we're here for it. Candace, you told on yourself. The moment you posted that EMR record, no one needed to know that. And the way you obtained the information was illegal. None of the hospital staff obtained any level of approval. There was nothing signed by Erica Kirk saying that you can release this information regarding my spouse. HIPAA privacy laws protect you even in death. And they did not get consent at all. You will not find any signed consent authorizing the hospital to release any information on Charlie Kirk to Candace Owens. And that is the piece of evidence that she would need to go to court to defend herself. And she doesn't have it. And because Candace doesn't know how this shit works, she's just telling on herself left and right. Oh, this is too good.
Now, if she's lying, I guess people's jobs are saved. But if she's telling the truth, Candace Owens is actively involved in HIPAA violations, and she's communicating with hospital employees that have access to medical records that are confirming Charlie Kirk has a record at other hospitals, and that is a HIPAA violation. 100%. And they should be fired.
Yep.
So my question is this, Candace, are you in cooperation with HIPAA violators, or are you lying? And if you are in cooperation with HIPAA violators, those people should be reported and those people should be fired.
Exactly.
Unless, of course, you're lying.
Yep.
Who are these people?
And what sucks about this is Candace, if this is true, Candace didn't do the HIPAA violation. The person at the hospital did. You can't just call a hospital and say, hey, is Graham Allen a patient?
Yeah, see, the hospital is the covered entity, right? So it is their duty to preserve the medical information. However, even with the information being disseminated by Candace, the way she received it does matter. And based on applicable state laws in Utah, where the hospital is located, if she obtained it illegally, she will be held legally liable, meaning Erica Kirk can sue her for it. Even if she claims, well, I'm just a member of the press and I was just sharing information to the public. But how did you obtain it? We broke that down in the video that I did covering this. And we went by the law and case law. I can pull up case law. So somebody send this to Graham Allen so he can check that out. Because this boy, she actually received information and correspondence from a hospital staff employee. They did not have the consent to send her anything at all. Not an email snippet, not the EMR snippet, nothing. They did not get permission to do that. So she obtained it illegally. Ah, this is so good.
In your hospital, they can't tell you that. Like, not over the phone. Even if it was Alyssa, they wouldn't be able to tell her that. They would have to prove who they are before that information is divulged.
So then you just had an even bigger thing. Okay. And again, I am not saying Candace Owens did that. But did they give her the information because she's Candace Owens? Or did she perhaps, and I'm not saying that she did this, because to Todd's point, you have to prove that you have the reason to get access to this information. Or
she didn't have consent.
Was there something far more nefarious going on? And maybe there was some proof that they should have been given that information. Again, I'm not saying that that did happen. What's more likely is you've got Candanites that are crazy psychotic cult members that are again releasing HIPAA protected information to a podcast host. And honestly,
they dox people for fun. They don't care. They don't care that people are relocating to avoid having their lives put in danger because of her ass. Candace, you can kick rocks. I say that with all the love I got in me. I don't care about your candy ass cult members throwing tantrums. Kick rocks and kiss my ass. I owe you nothing. They want to pledge their allegiance and loyalty to you. They can worship the ground you walk on and turn you into an idol. Not over here in the Lady Luck Club. I owe her nothing. She illegally obtained this information that was sent to her without consent, and she disseminated it. And she stated in her video, because we went over the video, that a nursing staff sent her the information. So I hope Graham Allen finds that. I hope someone sends that video to him so he can see that she actually admitted that one of the nursing staff gave her the information, as well as an email between the charge nurse and the other nurses, because there is protocol when you have a high-profile patient. The charge nurse would typically assign maybe 1-2 nurses to that high-profile patient to eliminate all the other nurses going in, nursing techs, going in and doing stuff, and then they make it easier for them to go out and talk about it. No. They consolidate it down to 1 or 2 persons. So if anything is said or done, you know who to go back to. It's part of hospital protocol when it comes to handling high-profile patients. Just like when Beyonce had her babies, her first daughter, they locked down half of the labor and delivery unit. Then it has security, plus the hospitals have their own police units attached. So there's certain protocols that are just in place when it comes to certain high-profile patients. They don't give them any old nurse. The charge nurse will assign 1 or 2 nurses on each shift, depending on how long the patient is there, to handle whatever's going on and have that one nurse assigned to that patient. So if anything leaks out, they know what nurse to go back to. Some hospital staff sent the email of that assignment to Candace. For what? We didn't need to know that. I could have told you all that's how hospital protocols are. Why did that email need to be sent over to Candace? It was not necessary. It's standard. But that was not necessary to send her. But they did that. And she pulled it up in one of her shows. Candace, you tell on yourself, girl. We don't need to say. It's not much at all we got to do. We just play your words and use them against you. You dumb heifer.
Candace Owens is probably smarter than this. It probably was released to her staff so Candace could throw her staff under the bus after people like us point out the fact that you can't do that. The people that release this information at these treatment facilities, the hospital, whatnot, they should be.
Candace saw my video.
And honestly, I don't know what the punishment for HIPAA is. HIPAA violation punishments.
But as sad as it is to say, Candace is going to be completely in the clear with the HIPAA violation, because all she's going to say is, well, it was an anonymous source that told me that they contacted the hospital, or an anonymous source. So nothing's ever going to come about it. It's just, all we're doing is we're trying to show you guys the extent of the lie or the crazy, one or the other. One or the other, or both.
That it's not that simple. It's not that simple. Like, okay, and this is the thing that bothers me the most about the people that watch people like Candace, Tucker, Megan. Okay, we just proved to you that either a crime has taken place that Candace Owens was a part of, or she's lying, or she'll backtrack and say that it was an anonymous source. Okay, so you're bringing anonymous sources as facts in something as serious.
The source was not anonymous. They emailed the information directly to her. So they have that person's work email address. I want y'all to keep this in mind. When it comes to EMRs, electronic medical record systems, when you log into it with a specific ID and password. It monitors everything you do in that system. There's a time and date stamp tracking every action made in that system. And that person, the hospital staff, sent the email from their work email address to Candace. of the actual medical information, the snippet from the EMR, along with the email between the charge nurse and the other nursing staff, assigning them to Charlie Kirk. That came from the hospital staff's work email address. So that person cannot be anonymous when part of their name is in the email address. Does that make sense? Plus, the hospital's actual HR system will be able to say the first and last name of the employee based on the email address. You also have typically some sort of ID number you have to enter to get into certain systems, or a password. And that can be tracked. So the IT staff, they could easily find out who that hospital staff is by just tracing the email. And then they can go and verify that this person logged in with their user ID and password into the EMR system and see everything they've done, including sending out emails. Typically, that's done through like an intranet. So all of that is closed within where you can follow the steps of the actions that was taken. So if that person accessed the EMR chart, went into the actual chart itself for Charlie Kirk, copied, did a print screen, sent that email that's in their inbox, the sent folder in the email inside the intranet for that system, for the hospital. All of that is saved under their user ID and password. And typically is like a user ID pass, like a numerical system, a numerical code. They may get the employee ID number. So there are ways to identify that employee, but they sent it from their work email address. It doesn't get any more clear than that. Candace told on this person and didn't even know it. I'm telling you all, you guys check out that video I did on it. Well, she said this herself. And we put on the closed captions for a reason. Because sometimes she says things that's so dumb, I have to look at it and be like, I can't believe she said this. Yeah, she said it. It came from the actual hospital staff's work email address. Yep. So they already put themselves out there. And they have to enter their ID, password, and ID code to get into the EMR system, to get into the hospital system, whatever the hospital system use. If it's like Compass or whatever it is, it's various systems that you can obtain for EMR systems, financial systems, HR systems. There are different software programs you can utilize. Some of that stuff is streamlined. So it might be the same system for, let's say, the financial system as it is for the EMR system. But then you're just given certain access to be able to click on certain links or go to certain tabs. If you don't work in patient care, you should not have access to medical records to see what medications have been prescribed. If you work in finance, you might be able to access patient accounts. But whether or not a doctor's transcribed a report, that's not something you should be privy to see because you don't work with patient care. You're in finance. Just like with HR. If you're not in HR payroll, then you should not have access to the system to see people's payroll salaries or to be able to pull payroll reports if you don't work in payroll. So even within the systems itself, you don't get access to everything. You get access that is related to your job function. Does that make sense? Based on the department you work in and the job function that you have, that determines the type of access that you have granted to you. And that is done by the administrator of the software, typically IT. You can't just go in and give yourself free access to go all over the computer software program. So the person that sent the EMR screenshot worked directly with patient care. That's not something that you can do if you work in HR. So that person can easily be identified based on just the department they're in and what access they're able to access. What type of access they have in the actual software system. You don't get all of it. So, and this is coming from somebody who's worked in hospitals, y'all. So it's not that straightforward like that. And for her to make it seem as if it's not worth losing your job over, for her to put it out there and then to make it seem like it's something that the public had the right to know. We didn't need to know none of that. None of that stuff helped with anything. Candace talking about Egyptian planes and blaming Israel. What did that have to do with that EMR snippet? Nothing. What did that have to do with the charge nurse email sent out to the other nurses assigning a nurse to Charlie Kirk's room? Nothing. None of that information made a difference in any murder trial or anything. No one's in jail because of that, even though the hospital staff should be. But the fact that they sent it from their work email address, you can't get any dumber than that. It's so straightforward, man. It's so straightforward. Hopefully Graham will see my video. She told on them already when she posted that information up.
Is as a HIPAA violation?
She violated a lot.
But this is the person you're listening to. This is the person that millions of people listen to.
If
this is the person
knowingly accesses or shares records, up to $50,000 fine plus a year in jail. If done under false pretenses, $100,000 fine, 5 years in jail. If for personal gain, fame, or harm, $250,000 and 10 years in jail.
It's the third one.
It's
That's
number
the third
three.
one.
It's number
It's number
three.
three. So these employees or this
I said
person
this
that works at the
already,
hospital is in serious trouble because Candace Owens just verbally admitted that a crime was committed. I wonder if Candace Owens is aware of that. She better be made aware of it now. You just verbally admitted that you have detailed knowledge of a crime that was committed, Candace.
Woo-cha.
You now have to do the right thing.
Hey,
If an employee of a hospital leaked this info to you, even if you didn't ask for it, you have an obligation to report it because you just announced it in front of the whole world that you know that a HIPAA crime was committed.
Yep.
So what are you going to do, Candace Owens?
Candace has already told on the actual hospital staff employee when she posted it up and showed the damn email address. She said a hospital staff employee sent me this. Y'all, Candace doesn't care. This is why Erica Kirk needs to sue her because she can add that in and she can be held legally liable. We looked at the HIPAA privacy laws and CMIA. And then we looked at the state laws regarding medical information being released on the state level and how the state will punish, that individual, the actual hospital staff. Them being the covered entity, they didn't have the authority or authorization or anything from Erica Kirk. That is not for play. Messing with laws you don't understand is not something you should want to do. Candace, you have 3 attorneys. You could have called and asked them many questions, and you failed to do that. She already threw the hospital staff employee under the bus by simply disclosing the fact that the person sent it to them from their work email address. Yeah, this is something else. Yeah, this is right.
That's the question. Every single one of you should clip that part right there and post it everywhere because Candace Owens verbally admitted that she is aware of a crime that was committed.
Candace is the lawbreaker.
What is she going to do about it? That's my
the
question.
only fact in this whole thing, but yeah, still a fact.
Anyway, all right. That's all we got for this episode, ladies and gentlemen. We hope you enjoyed it.
I did.
Please make sure to hit that like button. Please make sure to hit that share button. What, Don?
How awesome would it be that all this 6, 7, or however long it's been months worth of BS only to be taken down by a HIPAA violation? That would be awesome.
2 rednecks.
That would be awesome.
Because nobody else is talking about it. We heard that and Todd brought it up and we went into it. And we're like,
Graham, I have talked about this months ago. And all the candy asses, they got so mad, y'all. They were so mad. How dare you say she broke the law? How dare she break the law and be bold about it? All the candy asses were so mad. They did not want that to get out. I already covered it months ago. Oh, I peeped that one. Candace. You can be held legally liable for disseminating that illegally obtained medical information. You're going to have to throw the hospital employee under the bus again. And I guarantee you all she would if it meant her being spared criminal charges. she would definitely throw that hospital employee underneath the bus again and again and again to cover and save her neck. Candace doesn't know how to protect her sources. She doesn't know what that means. And most of her sources aren't real. They're like figments of her imagination. Satans, demons, whatever she hears squealing in the middle of the night. You can't make this up. Candace don't know how to disseminate information like that and protect her source. Hell no, that girl doesn't have any loyalty to anyone. She's in this for herself. And that's something the candy asses cannot save her from. You can't spare her from being charged if there's evidence sufficient to bring forth an indictment on her violating federal law. None of you will be able to spare her from that. None of you. The cult leader will go down. You can send her snack cakes and put money in, for the commissary and all that good stuff. But that's it. They may pay her attorney's fees because they love giving her money. She sit here and pocket watches everybody else while she's the one actually making $60 million over the last 7 months, weaponizing Charlie Kirk's assassination. While none of her so-called videos and reporting and information has led to anyone being charged. Where's the evidence she's given all the information she claims she has to the authorities again? Where's that evidence at? Because no one's in jail because of it. To the candy asses, no one's in jail because your cult leader said something.
Like, she's admitting to knowing or having advanced knowledge of a crime that has been committed.
She doesn't care about crime.
And she just admitted it live in front of all of her millions of people. Not only
we're going to definitely
on the show.
Yeah. And to the moron that just said this is a paid propaganda grift, how is it propaganda? We literally, it came out of her mouth. We didn't say it.
She's the one
She
that said
it.
that.
Child, y'all can't be stunning them dang on candy asses. Let them pout. They come in my chat and throw tantrums all the time. They know I don't care. I know you all miss mama.
That they were able to confirm that Charlie had a record at a hospital.
Sure, propaganda. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah,
hey, everybody, how's it going? So we're going to start this off just a little bit more fun than average here. We're going to do 2 parts to this video. First, we're going to
We've already seen the Trump
I cannot.
thing. We saw Trump tell Erica Kirk to sue everybody. I want to get to Mira K. Girl, Mira. Why am I not? What's going on with my subscription? This is the second time I didn't have to hit the subscribe button. Y'all make sure y'all check out Mira K. I wanted to see this video. I've been waiting to see this as she talks about George and Candace. Candace, you can't beat on your spouse. You understand? If y'all have an argument, go to another room. Kids don't need to witness that. How did you break your foot? So shout out to Mira K. We're going to check this out. Of course, we got some Ami lined up. Now, as a matter of fact, Daily Wire did a video too. Oh, man, it's going to be funny. I love how they go in on her. They just know exactly what buttons to push. Candace, you cannot control what Daily Wire does. It's called freedom of speech. And we're here to laugh at you, you clown. Oh, man, shout out to Mira K, you all. Let's get into her video as she talks about George. Let's go.
Stop laughing at this video of Candace Owens. I cannot believe that with all of her media training, she thought you'd get away with this. She's just, how? I mean, I guess the answer is we know she's a narcissist, and the narcissism has gotten to such an extreme point where she thought that this would be okay and nobody would notice. Oh, guys, are you ready for some entertainment? For the context, Candace Owens was at some Catholics for Catholics conference, and she was named as a speaker. It was very controversial. Why would you bring her in? Blah, blah, blah. Anyway, this is the speech that she gave. Okay, remember, this is about God, Catholicism. This is Candace's speech.
Hello, everybody. Thank you so much. Thank you. Truly an honor to be here. This is my first Catholic event, so I will never forget this. You know, I just had that Catholic excitement. Just me. I did this. I walk a lot. I walk every day. I've just walked 14 miles. My Apple Watch has died. I'm not kidding. I was feeling good. I was like, I'm doing good. I was like, I'm so hot. I am so sweaty.
Okay, so we're I don't know, at least a good few minutes in, and she has referenced herself 83 times, and she has not mentioned God once. And if there is ever more of, I don't know, just clear evidence of somebody not really being about their religion and really just being about themselves, yeah, I guess this is it. But guys, It doesn't stop at 83.
Like I was like, and I was, and I'm physically like, I can't even look at that. I'm something.
Can you just imagine you come to an event to hear the great, the wonderful, the stupendous, the amazing Candace Owens speak, and she's just going, I'm hot, I'm sweaty, my Apple Watch isn't broken. I love to walk. I love to walk. Like, was anything even said about this, or is this just Candace Owens' biography?
I personally couldn't eat, and I know, so I put that thought away, and I'm a glutton for punishment. So I'm just, hey, I've done 18 miles today. I've never done so many steps. Look at my hair, my hair. I don't know if it was the Lord. I don't know if it was, I don't know if it was my husband, but somebody said, you got to do this all again tomorrow.
One reference so far, 137 times she's talked about her hair, her sweat, her heat, her walking, her iPhone, her Apple Watch, her blah, blah.
Not one time was she still acknowledged that yeast infection. Yeasty, how you doing down there? Candace, did you ever pay that judgment from that apartment complex where you failed to pay rent for 7 months? To the Candy asses, did you all know your cult leader did not want to pay rent for 7 months because she chose to live with Black Mo that she created? Why didn't she pay her rent? Why does she think she gets to live somewhere and not pay rent for 7 months? I'm just, we're still waiting on the evidence that she has 2 degrees. None of the candy asses are going to tell the cult leader, can you just post up your 2 degrees and a transcript so we can see what kind of grades you got? She says she has 2 degrees in journalism and English. When is she going to post up the proof of her degrees again? Because, y'all claim that she's so smart. Right now, I'm just going to keep saying she's stupid as hell. Candace, when are you going to post evidence of your 2 degrees? Because they don't think you've lied about anything. She lied like hell about that. Candace has lied through her teeth about her having 2 degrees. Until you do right by me. Post up the degrees, girl. Wouldn't you want to be proud of that, you little narcissist? She wants to be dictator, but she doesn't want people to know she graduated. You can't make this up.
Now, I was under the impression that Candace Owens was supposed to be this amazing speaker. She's an orator. She's really, she knows how to keep an audience wrapped. I feel like she isn't really getting the point of this, because I don't know about you, but God and hair, like God and how sweat and how hot you are, it just doesn't feel to me to kind of be hitting the point in a 30-minute speech.
I have 10 miles left. Like, how am I possibly going to do this? And I am not okay. I think, yes, I love free market. I love conservatism. I love capitalism. I love this country. I think this country is amazing. I love.
No, you don't love this country, and we know you love capitalism.
That's a damn lie, Candace. Didn't you say you want to go to Russia? You say you would be better off in Russia. Carol, when the hell are you going to pack up? Take the candy asses with you. Y'all get ready to go to Russia. Your cult leader's going. Girl, we will give you up for nothing. They can have you for free. And your entire cult. Look at God. Candace, don't come back. If you go to Russia, do not come back. Stay over there. Enjoy that treatment you're going to get. They don't like big mouths.
Because you love making money off of people. I mean, the current thoughts are that you made over $50 million from your episodes, and you ask people for so much money just to have people have a 50-minute conversation with you. But we'll get to that in a second.
This so much. The Lord will be with you. I want to go. I was like, oh my God, can you believe these people? They're talking to Jesus Christ. And I'm walk on those strange little pads in the grocery store. And next thing you know, everyone's doing this. And God forbid you forgot the rice. I couldn't make this up.
God forbid was her God reference number 4. That's not a God reference. That's an expression.
It is the absence of God that leads to all of these things. And I have no idea what's going on. When I tweeted last November that Christ is king. Never in my life have seen anything like it. I literally just tweeted Christ is king and Christ is king against Christ is king. Candace Owens, Christ is king. Elation that I felt. I just couldn't believe it. I did this. I actually did this. I cannot believe I actually did this. If I had known.
Okay, this is too much, but it goes on and gets
sense to me. Mine. I mean, I am, and like me, and if I mean, really, that is just such an analogy for my entire life and my entire ascension.
349 times. 349 times she references herself, and she speaks about God 15 times in a conference for Catholicism. Guys, just to clarify, her downfall into this kind of psychotic narcissistic episode is so unbelievably obvious here. Now, I don't want to give her any sort of credit, like, oh, she's having a mental breakdown. I think this woman is evil and does this stuff intentionally. And I think there's a lot of other things that are going on as well that aren't being talked about at the same time. Like issues with her husband. You know how I mentioned to you all about her money? So just for reference, her husband is worth about $180 to $214 million. His father is a lord in England. And by the way, massively pro-Israel, interestingly enough. But to get a text response from Candace, you're going to have to pay $100. And to have a video call, you're going to have to pay $1,500 for 15 minutes. Per minute. Sorry, $1,500 per minute to speak to the narcissist herself, who will probably spend the entire time going, me.
Candace, you pimping yourself out. Oh, Candy asses, y'all didn't tell us that she was working for Andrew Tate. I dare you all not tell me that Candace pimped herself out to Andrew Tate. Girl, you charging people to talk to you for 15 minutes? How's that any different than a sex line? Candace done pimped herself out. What do you mean? Candace, how did you pimp yourself out? Yo, she said call 877-1911. Candace have phone sex with people. Is your grimace as hot as mine? Because mine is the burning. I thought everybody hate yeast infections. Is it just me? Candace, that's not sexy talk. Oh, I'm about to go in, Candace. I'm just getting started. Oh, Lord have mercy. Y'all can imagine all the many planets that have come from Candace's orbits down there. Candace is a whole alien. Imagine her trying to have phone sex with somebody for 15 minutes. Waka. Oh! Oh, Candace, how many languages does that orgasm come in? Y'all, Candace seems like she's one of the ones where she's definitely got a whip and a chain and something to gag her. They just want you to shut the hell up, girl, and keep going. Oh, man. Oh, Candace, you should have told me this. Oh, she didn't warn me. Y'all didn't warn me, and she started pimping herself out. Candace, you charging people to talk to you on the phone? Hello, this is Candace. Can you talk dirty to me? Tell me what you want me to say. Girl, tell me about them Egyptian planes. I want you to tell me about the Egyptian planes. Start with the blue one. Oh, yeah, that's just so calm and soothing. Well, it was a Sunday afternoon and it left and it landed. It took into space. It came over to the U.S. It was following Erica Kirk. And then the transponder goes out. Oh, yeah, baby, that's it. Oh, Candace. Oh, I have jokes for days, girl. Oh, and then it landed. It was following Erica Kirk. Tell me about the yellow Egyptian plane. The yellow one, Kirk. Go there. Go to the sun. Oh, it was so bright. It's Big Bird bright. It's the Big Bird yellow bright Egyptian plane. Do you feel as big as that Egyptian plane, Daddy? Yeah. Oh, we're going into the sun. We're going into the sun. Oh, no. Oh man, you gonna get that weird caller? It might be Mitch Snow. Can you tell me about the Fort Huachuca? Oh yeah, Fort Huachuca. 15 minutes. Hurry up. I got 10 minutes between meals. Oh, Fort Huachuca. It's so spacious. Oh, all the military people are just a march. Can you hear the marching steps at Fort Huachuca? Chuka. Yeah. Tell me more. Tell me more, Candace. Fort Huachuca. Say Huachuca. Huachuca. How you want me to say Huachuca? I can say Huachuca, Wahukua, Haktua, Haktua, Haktua. Y'all, there's some sick people out here in this world. Paying Candace to sex talk them about Fort Huachuca and the Egyptian plains. Can you believe it? Oh, there's some sick people in the world. Oh, the candy asses are so mad. Candace, how dare you pimp yourself out? And you do not talk about that? Don't you think that would go viral? Y'all, Candace is over here to giving people the sexy talk for 15 minutes at $1,500 damn. You know, she got to say some raunchy ass stuff. Candace, you know you can't say the same thing 2 and 3 times like your candy ass cult members in your box. They can copy and paste. You can't do that. For $1,500 for 15 minutes. No, you got to get creative, girl. They're giving up their whole mortgage money to you. They're like, you gonna sit here and talk on the phone to me for $1,500. You better make it good. Candace, was it your girlfriend that put you up to this? Who put you up to this, bull? George got her pimping herself out. Oh man, I am missing out on so much. This is what happens when you don't talk about Candace every day. Candace, you had to resort to phone sex. I'm so changing the title of this video. Candace Owens had to go to phone sex to make some money. You can't make this out. Candace, for $1,500 for 15 minutes. Of course, you're talking about traveling to the Netherlands, okay? Oh, the no parts are hot and heavy. Oh, good grief, Candace. Just don't tell them how long that yeast infection's been lingering down there. That's the turn off. Candace, I would be your pimp. You know, you have a problem with that, right? I'm not gonna slap anybody, you know, but we'll take care of it if they don't pay you, okay? You're gonna need a manager. LLC is here for the job. Oh man, Candace done pimped herself out. She's probably got OnlyFans. Oh my pimping. Oh, Candy asks, how dare you all let her fall this low? You all allowed her to resort to phone sex. Seriously? Y'all let her do this? Candace, I thought Christ was king, girl. $1,500 a minute. 15-minute minimum. Oh, Candace, it's such a ripoff. If you can't achieve the goal in 10 minutes, you're doing a lot of things wrong. Y'all people gonna be calling in obsessively demanding that she describes the yellow Egyptian plain in great detail. I want to hear every nook and cranny, every curve, every hole, every spout, the wingspan, the tail, the rudders. Give it to me. The fuselage. I want to hear details of the fuselage. Tell me about the fuselage, baby. Candace has pimped herself out. Oh, how the mighty have fallen. Candace, you should not act like a broke ass girl, okay? It seems like something she's always wanted to do, and now she has the perfect opportunity to do it. Yeah, let me set a phone line up for me to talk to people for 15 minutes for $1,500 damn. Why are you resorting to such low standards? Oh boy, the candy asses, oh, they're gonna hate my guts. I'm changing the title of this video. Candace Owens is now having phone sex for $1,500 for 15 minutes. Boy, this is something else, Candace. Is this your costume? Because you do not wear hats. Why does she look like the old granny church lady? Okay, Deaconess. Candace walking around here looking like Deaconess with that dumbass hat on. What the hell are you wearing? This got to be her costume. It's the skit called Church Play. There's no way people are paying for you to wear the hat. They probably want to see her take it off. Take the hat off. Take it off. Do you have to fling it around? Is it like a frisbee or something? That's a mighty big ass hat. What the hell is going on with this hat? How you look like somebody's old granny? Don't nobody like that. That's not sexy. Candace, you know you can't wear the boot on your foot if you're going to have phone sex for 15 minutes. That boot is not sexy either. You got to take that off. Oh, I'm so going in. Oh, let's get back to it. Oh, this is...
Why would you want to spend $1,500, a $15 minimum? Think about that for a second. That's at least something like $17,000. It's nuts. It's literally nuts. But this is the kind of person she is. Okay. Now, I just want to remind you that Candace Owens, she's such a complicated figure, and there's so much stuff about her. Now, here's an interesting thing that people are talking about. On her way to the conference, she was seen in this scooter, okay, because apparently her leg is broken or something. But people are asking why her husband, do you see this, has a black eye. Now, I'm not saying it, but I kind of wouldn't be surprised at this point to hear that this is what she's like. And like, she, again, at this point has said so many ridiculous things, has done so many ridiculous things. These are just some examples. It's very exhausting. It's exhausting to have this narcissistic personality who is so clearly mentally unstable and unwell, being somebody that people look up to still as just like a normative figure. I hope at this point, with the amount of content exposing her, everybody's realizing that she's just insane. She's just purely in this for her own benefit. She's made tens of millions of dollars off of the Charlie Kirk destruction, not to mention the Erica Kirk destruction, which literally I think Charlie would be rolling. I mean, he is rolling around in heaven trying to do something to destroy Candace for this, because what she's doing is just utterly insane. And you've got this weird relationship with her husband, who she married in like minutes because he's rich and he was English and a lord. And I think she was like, well, if Charlie won't have me, I'm going for him. Anyway, she's so clearly a psychotic narcissist, just so clearly, and not actually a representation, not of conservatism, not of Catholicism, not of Christianity, not of what it means to be a good mother, not of what it means to be a good wife, all of the things she pretends to be, and definitely not of what it means to be a good pod.
Candace, I gotta go back to this. I can't, it's so unbelievable.
Minimum, think about that for a second.
Video call with Candace equals $1,500 per minute. 15-minute minimum. Oh my God. You're right, Colleen. That would equate to $22,500 for a 15-minute call. Candace, you owe me 60% of that, heifer. If I'm your manager, you got to pay me. Show me the money. $1,500 per minute with a 15-minute minimum. That's going to be the title of my video. Candace's phone sex charge. Girl, you got to leave Grimace in the other room, okay? You got to leave Grimace in the other room. He's not, no one is going to be attracted to this. Y'all, let me show y'all Grimace. Candace, you can't go into the video screen with this guy here, okay? He's like, no. You got to leave him out of it. Oh, you cannot put him on camera. Whatever you do, don't put Grimace on camera. You see Grimace is in his own world down below. You can't put him on camera. You got to give him a heads up. I'm going to need you to clear out down there. Okay? No, you can't be down there. Take the milkshake, go and sit in the corner. I'll be back. It's only 15 minutes. Oh, Lord mercy. Oh, Susan Q said with Grimace extra $500 per minute. That's a good idea. If you bring in Grimace, it's an extra charge, okay? That's like 2 people on camera. We got to make sure he gets his cut. Yeah, Candace, make sure you send him to his room. If not, though, and you got to tell the clients, I'm not for play. LLC is my manager. She's not for play. She will beat your ass. You gotta pay for Grimace. Do you want Grimace or not? I can send him out the room. Grimace, here's your purple milkshake. You gotta go. Because they're not willing to pay for you. No, you're not included. Here's the Monostat 7 you've been asking for. Yeah, no, go slide out there. Go across the hall. I'll call you when I'm done. Oh man. Yo, this is priceless. Candace. Yeasty Grimace is like, I can't believe she's had to stoop this low. Oh, he said, you're wearing them out. He said it was something vibrating down there. He just couldn't get with it. He's like, I wasn't feeling that vibration feel. I'm not digging that at all. He's like nonstop. Oh, dear Lord. Oh, Lord have mercy. Candace, you got to earn it. You can't set it up like Bitch Snow. Look, did he get that $145,000 they raised for him? All the candy asses that gave that man their mortgage money. And for what? Is the money still sitting there? Candy asses, y'all got to stop giving your money away to people like that. You got to be better stewards of your money. Send me a Cash App or a super. You don't sit here and keep paying Candace's mortgage. Hit me up with $1 super chat at least. You can't make this up. They gonna pay for that phone sex for 15 minutes. They gonna come up with that one. You can imagine it now. All the people that are gonna go out and get bank loans to sit here and have a 15-minute conversation with Candace and Grimace. You see. Oh, dear Lord. Oh, this is so funny. Candace. Yeah, leave Grimace out of it. He's a turnoff. He's a complete turnoff. You understand? Let's get back to the video. Oh, I cannot believe it. Candace is pimping herself out. Oh, this is funny. That's going to be the title of this video.
That's at least something like $17,000. It's nuts. It's literally nuts. But this is the kind of person she is. Okay. Now, I just want to remind you that Candace Owens, she's such a complicated figure and there's so much stuff about her. Now, here's an interesting thing that people are talking about. On her way to the conference, she was seen in this scooter, okay? Because apparently her leg is broken or something. But people are asking why her husband, do you see this?
He looks so sad.
Has a black eye. Now, I'm not saying it, but I kind of wouldn't be surprised at this point to hear that this is what she's like. And like, she, again, at this point has said so many ridiculous things, has done so many ridiculous things. These are just some examples. It's very exhausting. It's exhausting to have this narcissistic personality who is so clearly mentally unstable and unwell, being somebody that people look up to still as just like a normative figure. I hope at this point, with the amount of content exposing her, everybody's realizing that she's just insane. She's just purely in this for her own benefit. She's made tens of millions of dollars off of the Charlie Kirk destruction, not to mention the Erica Kirk destruction, which literally I think Charlie would be rolling. I mean, he is rolling around in heaven trying to do something to destroy Candace for this, because what she's doing is just utterly insane. And you've got this weird relationship with her husband, who she married in like minutes because he's rich and he was English and a lord. And I think she was like, well, if Charlie won't have me, I'm going for him. Anyway, she's so clearly a psychotic narcissist, just so clearly, and not actually a representation, not of conservatism, not of Catholicism, not of Christianity, not of what it means to be a good mother, not of what it means to be a good wife, all of the things she pretends to be, and definitely not of what it means to be a good podcaster. At the end of the day, Candace Owens is so clearly a grifter, and anybody who's still falling for this, may God be with you. Thank you for your attention to this matter. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button.
Y'all, listen. Y'all got to check out Mira K, honey. She is hilarious. Candace, you could have warned us, okay, that you could have warned us that you started doing phone sex. You could have told us that. $1,500 a minute with a 15-minute minimum. $22,500. That's a lot of money you grifting off of people. You get you, man. Y'all, I'm definitely changing the title of this live stream. Candace Owens is charging for phone sex. $1,500 a minute, 15-minute minimum. You can't make this up. Candace, who knew you stoop that damn low, girl? All right, y'all, this last video we're going to check out here. I looked at Ami's page. He didn't have any new videos posted up. The last one he did with Erica Kirk's leak call, we actually went over that. It was so funny. Like, oh, man. I was really hoping he had something new. Oh, no. He's still cute, though. He's still my boyfriend. But this here is a video about the bullet. They're saying the defense claims the bullet doesn't match the weapon in Charlie Kirk murder. Now, this is what the defense is claiming. Naturally, you have forensics that has to be done on the ballistics on the bullet and the gun and all of that. Just because the defense is saying this does not mean that the forensics is going to concur with it. Of course, they're going to do whatever they can to defend their client. But evidence is what rules at the end of the day. All right. So this is from APT. And I wanted to check this out because when it comes to these murder investigations like this, you got a whole trial going on. The focal point of it should be about the evidence, not about how we feel or what we think. It should be based on the evidence because the job of the prosecutor is to prove beyond a reasonable doubt. And in that one scenario, no one needs Candace Owens tainting juries or sitting here trying to inflict her nonsense on anybody. And stuff like this is going to happen. If the defense, they could have jumped the gun. Who knows? I don't know. But if they put out information about this ballistics, they got to have the evidence to support it. And that is going to come up in the trial in court. That's where you want that evidence to be. Not all over here with Candace. She's not the judge or jury. She doesn't even care about the investigation if she said that. She said that herself. She does not care about this investigation. So why work so hard to try to get Tyler Robinson off? Candace, how much did you pay him again? Because this phone sex thing seems to, be very lucrative for you. Oh, Candace is having phone sex with him. You can't make this up. They pimped herself out completely. You didn't even tell Andrew Tate. I think he would be elated to know that you pimped yourself out. How is that any different than what he did? Now she's just talking to mysterious people for 15 minutes at $1,500 a minute. Make that make sense? You know you're going to get a bunch of weirdos and people that walk around here that get all this money. It might be, what's his name? John Mappin. Yeah, John Mappin might be calling her 15 times a day. Who knows? Most of the calls might come from John Mappin. Somebody might want to give his wife a heads up on with Scientology. He'll be audited for sure. Can't make this up. All right, this is mind-numbing. All right, y'all, let's get to this. And this will be the last one. Because I'm getting exhausted. I can't believe I laughed so hard on Candace, the phone sex thing, girl, $1,500 a minute. Oh, child. All right, let's get to this.
What if the key piece of evidence in a high-profile killing doesn't match the alleged weapon? A major twist has now emerged in the case surrounding the killing of Charlie Kirk, and it could significantly impact the legal battle ahead. According to newly surfaced legal documents accessed by TMZ, the defense team representing Tyler Robinson claims that the bullet recovered from the victim does not match the rifle prosecutors say was used in the crime. This revelation comes as Robinson faces multiple serious charges, including aggravated murder and felony discharge of a firearm causing serious bodily injury. The defense cites findings from the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms and Explosives, commonly known as the ATF. According to their motion, a summary report from the agency indicates that investigators were unable to identify the bullet recovered at autopsy to the rifle allegedly tied to Mr. Robinson. The legal filing states,
although the state has not indicated an intent to produce this report at the preliminary hearing, the defense may very well decide to offer the testimony of the ATF firearm analyst as exculpatory evidence.
Beyond the ballistic discrepancy, Robinson's legal team argues that multiple categories of forensic evidence in the case remain incomplete. They say that without access to full case files, detailed testing...
See, and that's the thing right there. Multiple categories remain incomplete. So this is what happens when you do become overly zealous. You might report on something premature because there are so many other factors that go into ballistics testing and the evidence related to that. If many of the other categories for the forensic evidence is incomplete, you're only giving part of a story. The evidence should paint the picture, not what the defense or the prosecutors proclaim. The evidence. And if it's incomplete, if you don't have all the evidence you need to even paint the picture to explain why it may or may not match, then you're only giving parts of it. And that the only reason why I don't like that is because it could be seen as some level of persuasion to lean one way or the other. And it could be done prematurely. I want the evidence to tell the story. Period. But this right here, this is why you don't jump the gun. This is why. You need the evidence to be presented and to fill in the blanks. You need that to happen. And that's not something Candace Owens is privy to. She's just not. This is why you don't want the evidence that you do have to be used to create a bias. Because the moment you start doing that, whether it's coming from the defense or the prosecutor, you still have a jury that has to look beyond your bias, what you're trying to paint narrative-wise or any of that. And they have to consider the finding of fact, law, and evidence to deliberate with the ruling. You don't want that to be screwed up. You want it to be done right. And Letitia Stout is the example of why. You don't need the jury out here saying to do a dumb shit that is going to cause something to happen to where, like with Letitia Stout, 7 years later, the entire conviction is overturned. Because some biased member of a jury sat here and they did not consider all the finding of fact, law, and evidence. They only looked at parts of it. And then they made up their mind and they didn't really consider anything else. You don't need that. You want this done right so that you don't have to worry about an appeal going through on the back end. And when it comes to this reporting, you should be neutral and impartial and fair on both sides because you want the evidence to prevail. That's it.
Complete. They say that without access to full case files, detailed testing protocols, and independent expert review, it is too early to determine the reliability of the evidence that may eventually be presented in court.
If it's too early.
The scale of the case itself is also becoming a major issue. According to the defense, prosecutors have already handed over around 20,000 files, including 61,500 pages of documents, 31 hours of audio recordings, over 700 hours of video across more than 5,000 clips. Robinson's lawyers say they are effectively overwhelmed by the volume of evidence, estimating it will take at least 60 days just to complete an initial review. This raises further questions about how quickly the case can move forward and whether delays could shape the trial timeline. In a separate push, the defense is also calling for the trial to be televised, arguing, keeping court proceedings as public as possible helps to quell and contradict the tide of misinformation, while secrecy fuels conspiracy theories.
Oh, child, please. No, it doesn't. Candace is still going to have her conspiracy theories, whether you put information out there or not. Nothing you say or do will make that woman happy. That's why you should never aim for that. We have laws that help to preserve evidence for a reason. Honor the law. Laws don't care about how the hell you feel. And it should never care about how you feel in the court. And you're talking about a murder trial. This is a criminal proceeding. Get over it. This is what happens when you jump the gun. All this information they got out here. Oh my good Lord. You know how long it would take for them to go through all this discovery here? Look at that. 61,500 pages of documents. I understand how cumbersome that is. And then they have to decide whether or not half of this is going to be admitted as evidence into the trial itself. This is proof why you don't want this to be screwed up. Because if there's an appeal that goes through, and let's say the defense wins an appeal, you got to have a whole trial all over again. Guess what? All this has to be re-examined and presented again. It is absolutely insane. This is a lot of information.
1,000 clips. Robinson's lawyers say they are effectively overwhelmed by the volume of evidence, estimating it will take at least 60 days just to complete an initial review. This raises further questions about how quickly the case can move forward and whether delays could shape the trial timeline. In a separate push, the defense is also calling for the trial.
That's a good question. I'm glad you asked me that. What got me into Candace is her coverage on this when it came to Charlie Kirk assassination. And she claiming to be her friend, his friend and all. And then it just started getting dark. And when I saw a video of those babies, I've shown the video of the babies, the daughter singing, Jesus loves me, to her little brother. And this is Charlie Kirk's kids. And then Candace started making up nonsense and buffoonery. It became distressful to Erica Kirk and those two kids. And then find out that their death threats and kidnapping threats issued. I was like, oh no, this is horrible. Because she didn't think about or care about those two kids that Charlie Kirk loved. Two babies. And that's what kind of motivated me to keep my foot on her neck about this. There's no reason for Candace to make up anything. If you see the volume of evidence that they just said they had to go over, Candace doesn't have to make anything up. They have enough pressure on their own just to review the sheer volume of the evidence, all the exhibits related to this trial. Her sitting here and making this woman's life miserable like this with these two kids that she still has to take care of. Erica Kirk still got two kids to raise. It's disgusting. And it's not necessary. Erica Kirk didn't do anything directly to Candace. And she owes her nothing. So for me, it's about accountability. And remembering those two kids got to grow up one day and they're going to see some of these videos. This is not how their dad should be remembered, with him being dragged all over the internet about this from Candace. Because Candace thinks she's above the rule of law. And she's being absolutely reckless with how she is reporting information about this. If she is a friend to Charlie, she would respect his spouse and his two children. And she has failed to do that. And it's disgusting, the things that she has said and done. And those kids, at the end of the day, they pay the price for it. So no, Candace thinks she's untouchable, and it's unbelievable. Her cult members are going to be her cult members all day. I'm not here to persuade her cult members in anything. I could care less what they think or feel. But it comes down to those kids. And it comes down to the truth. She makes independent journalists like myself look bad. And I'm not going to let her do that. No. I know you listen to Candace, you dumb heifer. And she has seen my videos. How many times she say I they're bad at this. Takes my quips and all this stuff. It's crazy. But one thing she's not going to get away with is, the defamation of it all. She's got it coming from the Macrones, who will be reporting on that lawsuit. And plus, I just love reporting on these court cases. And of course, if Erica Kirk sues her, we definitely going to be reporting on that. And she could knock this shit off and cut it out. It's ridiculous. Nobody should have to go through this. This should not be the price that Erica Kirk should have to pay because she lost her husband. Well, she's got to be now enemy number one to Candace Owens. For what? Candace need to get a life. Go find anything else to talk about. We'll start with Candace. Post up your 2 degrees you claim you have. Start with that. Because your Candace cult members, keep asking, what is she lying about? Her having 2 degrees. Tell her lying by omission, you know, because obviously she understands what that means. Yeah, no, that applies to her as well. Candace, post up your 2 degrees. Shout out to you. Thank you for following the content over. Umar is like the male version of Candace. They're like one and the same to me. It's so crazy. Daily Wire vid. Are you talking about the podcast with the comedy on it, or the Daily Wire? Because they have Candace Owens podcast, that other channel. I haven't seen anything new there. We can check out the Daily Wire. I don't know which Daily Wire vid. It's the Daily Wire from DW Plus. Just send me the link to in an email and we'll check it out in the next live. We'll check it out in the next live. Because I didn't see anything on that Candace Owens podcast. They put that little tiny horse song on. I thought that was the channel you were referring to. Just send me the link via email and we'll check it out in the next live stream. We got more Candace coming up. Candace, girl, you will not be able to get rid of me. I'm just ready for her to go to court. You can't make this up. Let's get back to this, you all, and then we'll end it up.
To be televised, arguing keeping court proceedings as public as possible helps to quell and contradict the tide of misinformation, while secrecy fuels conspiracy theories. As previously reported, the case stems from the fatal shooting of Charlie Kirk on the campus of Utah Valley University on September 10th. Investigators allege that Robinson later confessed to his father, stating that he carried out the shooting. According to reports, Robinson's father then informed a youth pastor, who also works with the U.S. Marshal Service, leading authorities to the suspect. Robinson eventually surrendered himself at the Washington County Sheriff's Office around 10 p.m. on September 11th. Now, as the legal battle intensifies, the stakes could not be higher. The aggravated murder charge Robinson is facing carries the possibility of the death penalty if he is convicted.
Y'all, this is crazy. It's the amount of evidence. Oh my goodness. Look at that. 31 hours of audio recordings, over 700 hours of video across the internet and clips. Oh. Who the world needs all the extra drama? Candace, don't nobody need your BS. They got enough going on. So we got more coming up. Yeah, Nemo put out a new video about Candace and George. Oh man. Nemo is a fantastic content creator that covered the Bullying Don Club and George Farmer's connections to that. Y'all, they smash restaurants. He goes around destroying property in this Bullying Don Club. It's unbelievable. Somebody lost their life. You know, you just can't make this stuff up. And yeah, he's walking around with a black eye. Oh, Lord have mercy. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. I appreciate it. This has been something else. And I am so glad that Mira covered this this post about the $1,500 a minute. Oh, yeah. I'm changing the title of my video. The candy asses can just prepare themselves to be mad. I don't care about your temper tantrum. Oh, Candace gets paid to lie like hell. No, we're going to have some fun with this. You can't make this up. Thank you all so much. I appreciate it. You guys be good. We're going to be back at it tomorrow. Got 3 lives planned, I think, 2 or 3. And I'm going to go live on the second channel tomorrow with Marianne Laurent Malware. Yeah, we're going in on her. But I want to spend some time with my kids tonight. I appreciate you guys. Y'all hit that like button on the way out. And brace yourselves for the title of this video to change. Candace's sex phone. Phone sex charges and something else. Gary, you are too expensive for nothing. Ah, yeah, that was funny. Y'all be good. And I will see you all in the next one. Until then, later, club out. Deuces.